Mm-hmm. The last time we delivered. You lying.
You finally taking them last week.
You know, little crumbs. That's oh, paper. They don't need it. I want
Yeah, I can't see myself on this. Oh, there you go. Let's see if I turn on the light.
What are you? Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you saying something?
yeah, I can't see myself.
Don't you have your ring back there?
I do not have my ring at all. I did some shit. Earbud about to die.
White torch.
What the fuck?
No.
Alright, let's try that. I can't get this thing to stay. There we go. Hold on. Let's see if I can get the young. Since I can't see my things, we're just gonna have to rock it like this tonight.
First one.
Yeah. Talk about this young stone that they found. Waiting for Mo to get in here so we can discuss it.
What's this one?
Yeah.
It's a port.
Mm-hmm.
my earmuffs. Yeah, they probably still in A train slot. I give it about 4 more minutes.
On my side.
Shit, that's about time. Hell, come on, Mo. Go ahead and hit the button.
I didn't even know you was live.
No, I just went. I tried to get the thing to see my face, but it's not working in this car, so I keep going in and out. I was seeing if the child of the sun was coming up in here, but he probably knocked out. Hell,
Nah, he was just in
I
A
want to
Train
finish
live.
talking about this. Well, he probably still over there then.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Nah, you ain't Jesus. Jesus is a fictional character that they made up.
Who said that? I
Some
am
dude
Jesus.
in the
Why you
chat.
keep why you keep saying that?
Hey, what happened to that one? What's that one dude's name? That he said he was Jesus, reincarnated.
He went to sleep. I don't know if he got back up. Out here bullshitting. That's sad, man. That shit is sad. That is sad. Like, but it's another way to look at it. People are so hurt. They need something so bad. They need a hero so bad. They like, man. They like, well, I guess I'm Jesus then. Like, I ain't never seen this many people tell me they Jesus in my life until like the last few
Right?
years. This shit is wild. I done met like 10
They tell
Jesuses.
you they Jesus, but they gotta go. They gotta reference scripture to tell you about their life.
Did your mom know you was
They can't
Jesus?
just wing it.
He said, and
Like I don't
Alexander,
understand that. If you
he said Alexander made his way through the crowd. So, okay, what the fuck that got to do with you being Jesus? Because Alexander made his way through the crowd. I'm gonna read it again. Look, he said, I'm gonna read it again. I'm gonna read it again. You can read that shit a million times. It don't say you Jesus.
Yeah, they tripping, man.
The old lady this week.
They be alright though. Like there probably was a Jesus during the time that they say that this man existed, but he wasn't doing none of this miracle shit at all. He probably was going around preaching. He probably wasn't even preaching the gospel. He probably was just a regular carpenter making chairs, stools, working on people's houses. He probably was like the handyman of the city. Oh,
Hmm.
he a good handyman. And then they just, oh, you know what? We need somebody to be the hero. And it was like, well, Jesus is the handyman of the city. Everybody loves him. Let's make him our hero. Well, we gotta attach him to something. What are we gonna attach him with? Oh, we're gonna steal someone else's story that was a historical person that other people wrote about, and we're gonna attach that to him. And then we're gonna get rid of all the evidence of the other person that people know of to be this person that they're calling Jesus, and make him him. That's
Right.
what happened.
You'll think that it click in their head at some point, like they'd catch on to it.
No, it's
Like
not.
they could,
It's not.
they all talk to Jesus, right? But when it comes to a discussion, you can have Christians having a conversation with each other. One would say he's God. The other one would say, no, he not. He the son of God. No, he not. He's a prophet. Y'all all talk to him. What did he say?
Right.
Who did he tell you he was? You ain't got to read me no scripture. Who did Jesus tell you he was? You keep reading me the damn scripture like I can't read that shit my damn self. And you
Oh,
talking to him.
he talked to me. He told me this. Okay, well, what else did he say? Because when you go into John and Luke, he said, "No, I don't care about what happened, what he said in the past. What did he tell you?" And then, do you still talk to him? What else did he tell you? Did he tell you who was going to win the championship? Did he tell you what your life was going to be like the next day? No. It's
Right.
just they had. Oh, well, I was in a down place and a miracle happened, and now I can talk to Jesus.
He's just up there like a robot, right?
My house burnt down.
He a robot. You know why I say that? Because he don't say nothing new. Everything he tell him is the same thing. Like
No,
he is a broken record. Jesus told me that what? The same thing everybody else know. The same thing everybody else know without even reading the book. Nobody says anything new when they say they speak to Jesus or God. They don't say anything new. So what is it? Is it a recording that y'all listening to? Like some recorder in the
you
back of the
got it.
universe just playing. Every time you say Jesus, that recorder go off and tell you the same shit that you could read out the book. Why he ain't telling you anything new? Hey man, they about to come out with this vaccine. They ain't saying
Yep.
nothing. We get surprises from man, but Jesus keep telling you the same shit over and over.
Hey, COVID about to hit. It's about to be a pandemic of this disease. No, none of that shit.
And then after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, they all gonna forget about it. It is thus saith the Lord, right? Dude, somebody look at that like, damn, that's crazy. That's exactly what he said 7 years ago. Nope, you don't get nothing like that.
Oh, his prophecy has been fulfilled. What prophecy? Y'all just y'all just took the name and the stories and ran with it. It was like, what's that shit called? Create a character. You create a character on a video game, and you give him you give him all these attributes,
Right.
and now he unstoppable. And it ain't even fun playing the game no more because can't nobody beat you.
Yep. In the game. Now you want to go back. Let me see if I could beat the computer. Now you wanted to fucking destroy the computer at first. That shit wasn't
Right?
fun. You play two of those games, that's it. You could dunk from the other end. You jump from the other end of the court, and just dunk it. Can't nobody stop you. It's about the challenge. You want a challenge. They be defeating the purpose of life.
Yeah.
What that dude say
But
earlier, I've knocked on all these doors, and when I got to the last door, this lady was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm
that
so
was
glad that
J
you."
Rob that said that shit.
Man, I heard. Do you not know how many times I've heard that shit? I heard that shit already. Well, in the world, he gonna go to you and tell you to knock on the door instead of just telling her not to do it. You wasting time. All this shit wait is a
Right?
waste of time.
No, my child, don't put yourself on a t-shirt. Let me talk to you. All that
I wish
shit,
I
like
heard.
he could end the suicide rate like that. All he gotta do is jump into these people's bonds and tell them not to do it.
You know how many people you can influence the wrong way that live in the wrong neighborhood, walking around in Mississippi knocking on people's doors. You in the wrong place.
Right?
You can't be doing that. You don't, you don't do that. You don't do that in certain areas. Knocking on people's doors.
He
You
can
gonna knock on the
he can
wrong door.
end gang violence. Child, stop. Don't go retaliate on the ops. No, he's
The
not
first,
doing that.
right. The first priority is a person that's trying to do something to themselves. Not the first priority is not a child, an innocent child that's missing that don't even know what happened to them. They lost. This person, no, I'm trying to get out of here. Not saying it's okay. I'm just saying priority wise, you should be trying to save somebody else. This person is making a decision on their own, and then you got people in the world being violated, and people are impeding upon their freedoms, and God ain't directing you to them. That don't make sense.
Right?
That sounds like a damn trick.
You got children born, and the doctor's telling them, "Oh, well, you got 3 years to live." Why he not healing them?
Oh, you don't want that book, dynamic. You don't want that book. You don't want that book. You don't want that book. That's gonna blow
No,
Jesus
they
out the
not ready.
water.
They not ready for that. And they ain't been talking about this. It's like I haven't heard no scholar talk about this at all. And if they did talk about it, it was years ago. It's not in the mainstream. They should still be talking about this. If they just suppress the information. Like, oh, yeah, we don't care about it no more.
Peace, peace, peace.
What's up? What's up? How you been?
Uh, living life.
Hmm.
Well, y'all on point. I wanted to have a discussion with y'all tonight, and I'm glad it's y'all that are live because, I live in a impoverished community. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And what I realize is that a lot of people get mad when you try to uphold the peace for your community, and when you look the other way, so you can't win. Like y'all don't talk about that, so I wanted to bring that up to y'all. Like, is it our responsibility to try to correct all this stuff that's going on around us?
Um, I would say that it's a tricky spot, right? If you have the ability to do it, you have to figure out how to do it without exposing yourself, because that's sadly we are in a position where we've been backed into a corner so far that whatever you do, whatever you speak of, whatever plans you make, you're telling on yourself.
Hmm.
So as soon as you do that, right, and your movement starts making way, you don't only have infiltrators from your own people, you have people that are already like defending a system that keeps you oppressed. So you got two battles you fight. You got your brainwashed people. You got the community that needs help, and they not really brainwashed. They just like maybe on drugs. They've been led astray from the people before that raised them. And then you got your actual enemy, which is the system that's trying to oppress you. So you in a bad spot. You're in a really bad spot. And then you also got to think about your own family. Am I gonna give up uh, preserving my family in order to build them up so that they can help more people? Because you need more muscle. You still got to focus on the educational part. And these people are already playing dirty. So you got to kind of weigh it out. It's tricky. You got to figure your way around it. Like you can't tell on yourself, then you can't sacrifice your family and yourself for no reason if you don't know that people are going to move. Like if Martin Luther King came back from the dead right after he got killed and saw how people reacted after he died, he wouldn't have made that. He would have said, "Well, why did I do that?" If Malcolm X would have came back like, "Yo, why did I do all of that? What was the
Exactly.
point of me doing all that?" The Black Panthers, why did we do all that? The people who started the Crips and the Bloods, why did we do all of that? And they just running around killing each other.
Exactly.
It's because they told on themselves when they found out, like, oh, they helping all of the homeless kids and giving them a place to stay. All right, well, we're gonna slide over here and shoot up your neighborhood and then spread a rumor that somebody else did it that you know, and turn you against yourself. We're gonna get rid of the Black Panthers. We're gonna get rid of your leader, and then everybody scatters and runs away and don't do exactly what Malcolm X did. They don't do what the original Bloods and Crips and Black Panthers did. So now you got a problem. But like I said, if these people were alive again today, they would be like, "No, we got to figure out a better way to do this because we told on ourselves trying to make a strong move." So it's tricky. I think we still have a responsibility. It's just people don't know, and even myself, I don't know exactly how to do it without clipping myself off. Because it's going to be
Period.
point. I already know I can speak all the truth I want to. If y'all hear something happen to me, like I know I got ideas. Now if I do it and something happened to me, everybody's just going to stay on TikTok and go to somebody else and be like, man, rest in peace. Damn, man, that dude was man. Mo Fax was man. He was on point. Damn, man, they got him, and that's it. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing.
Mm-hmm. They
Ain't
ain't gonna
nobody
do
gonna do
shit.
nothing. So it was a waste, and my kids stranded.
You're right. I'm
So
on the
it's
other
tricky.
side of that personally because I'm just tired, and it's the things I see in front of me don't make sense. And I'm not the type of person I can't, even if I wanted to be submissive to it, it's not. I don't have the capability in my mind and in my soul to submit to something that don't make sense. Just like we debate every day on here. The reason why we debate because we trying to seek the truth, and what I see unfold every day is not the truth, and it's just troubling my spirit because I want to do something. It's like I don't know what to do.
You gotta, you gotta.
This
I can't even say nothing on here. That's the thing. I can't say nothing. Man. You just gotta think. You gotta think. You gotta get more clever.
is the portrait.
Because I can't tell. I can't say anything.
Well,
Like
inbox me
that's how
then.
we keep on losing. Even on that, you just gotta. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try to figure it out. But
Yeah, period.
there's things to do. You just gotta figure it out without being. Because we're taught to just the way that we're taught to fight tyranny and evil, racism. You're taught to tell on yourself. It's almost like this. Like you go up to your enemy and tell them. Can you imagine like in a video game, right? You fight, you got to get to the boss, maybe on like the fifth, sixth mission, right? But in the first mission, before you get all of the amulets and the lavender leaf and everything you need to give yourself strength and all your weapons, you go to the boss that you're gonna fight on the level far in the future, right? And you go to him and tell him everywhere you're gonna be at and what you're gonna do to get yourself powerful to beat him. That's what we doing. And I get it. Like I like that we be making strong points and it be like, yo, facts, 100, wake up, people. But you're telling on yourself. We got to figure out how to shut up and just move in silence and get things done. Nobody's gonna. You got to understand that nobody's gonna help you when a system, now I'm not just talking about the oppressors, right? We know how they benefit. But you even have your own people, they like, nah, man, hold up. I don't want this to stop. There's people who are oppressed that don't care. And I use this example all the time. I know y'all probably heard it, but I'm gonna say it again for people that didn't hear it. When you see these movies or you deal with a person in prison or you dealing with somebody who's just been traumatized to the point where you try to help them out and your help looks like you're a threat. If you
Yeah.
see that person in that scene, they in a prison cell, they starving, they hungry, they ribs showing, and the hero comes in to save them. They pick the lock, get in there, they get past all the guards, and then you say, "Come on, let's go," and they start biting
And
you
he
and
don't
shit.
want to go.
He don't
Yeah.
want to leave. Guards, guards, please, guards. Like he's telling the guards on you. You done did all that shit to get through there and help him out, and he's telling the guards on you. So it's like some people don't even want to leave. They don't want to be out of this shit. They like it. They're like, I'm good. I go to work. I come home, watch a football game, go to sleep. I don't care. I'm not worried about nothing else. They don't need no
Yeah.
freedom, nothing. We're free. I can eat at the same restaurant as you. I can drink out the same water fountain. I'm good. They not worried about it. They don't care about that shit. So it's you gotta figure it out on your own. And I think it's closer to home. If you raise up, this is one thing I can say. If you raise up your children in a certain way, their personalities and the way they maneuver in this economy we have, they'll undo it by just who they are. And it's going to take a lot of
Yep.
pain, but you're going to see you know you got to deal with it. It kind of keeps you moving because that's what makes me want to uh, point my children in a different direction. Like, don't go that way, go this way. And I'm still trying to figure it out at the end. Like, what can I do right now without giving up on them? Because if I lose and I can't direct them no more, they're not only going to be traumatized by how I go out if I end up being a Malcolm X, but then that may bottle them up more, or they may crash out. So it's all self destruction. And you got to also realize we're not the same type of people. The people who set this system up,
Nope.
they are able to sit there and watch someone burn over a fire. They're able to eat people. They're able to shave your hair off and stuff it inside of a couch and sit on it. They can do certain things that we can't even do. So you don't try to fight them at their own game. We have to figure out what our defense is and what we need to do to get free because we can't stomach doing the type of shit that they were doing. You should never try to. It'll make you angry, but it don't mean that you fight the same way your enemy is fighting. Because that shit, you couldn't even live with that. That's why I tell the Hebrew Israelites, like y'all talking all that shit right now, but if it come down to it, I don't think you're gonna be able to sit there and say like, yeah, now we're the slave masters. Like you're not gonna be able to stomach that shit. That's some evil stuff. I
It's
don't want
not
to
in our
be
DNA.
nobody's slave master. That's just
It's
wicked.
not in our DNA at all. And with me, what I'm speaking on is just the people that look like me that are like creating issues where I'm trying to help the community, and I don't understand it
Yeah, I
because
see.
I'm like,
I've been through all that before. I'm not doing that again. I
yeah,
tried helping the community, and I came to a realization the community don't want our help.
they want help. And it's funny, you're right, because they'll say I want help, but when the people that come help, they be like, oh, I don't want your help, and I'm like, well, then you good there.
Oh, would you? Can we join the organization? Yes, if we have a $15 a month joiners fee. The $15 a month. Well, if you can't come up with the $15, then you can come up with like $10 for an event when we plan an event to go out to the community. Because we did like breakfast program, so we'd be
Hmm.
out making pancakes and stuff for the youth. No, they didn't want. But as soon as I gotta get some Jordans. Oh,
Yep.
I gotta
Yep.
go to I gotta go to the mom and pop soul foods joint and pay $20 a plate.
You look at their Facebook the next day, they couldn't do the $15, but the next day they over there open up a $1,200 pair of shoes, taking pictures and shit.
Yep.
What the fuck? You couldn't
Yep.
do
I
12?
was, I was trying to get coats for the homeless. They did me the same way.
But yeah, man, I got all the Jordans. I got all the J's. I got all the J's. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck you mean you got all the J's? You got 30 days to come up with $15 and you got all the J's? You can't come up with $15? Okay.
Hey, add dynamic.
Scoot over
Oh,
and
hold
quit
on.
running and going in front of him.
Yeah, I am.
So I was like, what the fuck y'all mean? And I'm like, they were like, well, if y'all need anything for the community, we telling you what we need. We for free breakfast. We coming out here, we're cooking it on griddles,
For real.
running extension cords,
Look at that.
and we're
Dynamic. Wait.
asking people, hey,
Boy,
can we set up on y'all facility to give to so we can do the breakfast programs? And some
right.
people tell us yes, some people tell us no.
Where
Y'all
you
see,
where
we
Spending,
you
need the help. Y'all,
spending money.
where you been, dynamic?
Man, you know what, dude? I went through some life changes. You know what I'm saying? Things, you know how life get, man. You know, but the kids doing real good now, and they look on a better path. And not violent.
Hey, you breaking up? You gotta go. You gotta go to your hot spot.
Uh, I got it. That better?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Say it again.
Yeah, kids doing pretty good now, and he's not as violent as he was, and you know things are doing good. You know, life got a little bit hectic for a moment, and we were trying to
just
focus
run the light, huh?
on the house. You know, focus more on being.
Okay. Okay. And what you mean by that comment when you said, and that's white oppression? What you mean by that question? What you mean?
Well, if people don't want help and they don't want help from
Oh, they
certain
ain't got no
people,
business going. They ain't got no
my
reason
my
going in
question
there.
would be like
That shit closed.
when I did it, they didn't want my help, and it's like that's crazy, man. That's crazy to think that nobody wanted my help. And I wasn't even charging that. I was just gonna cook food for them. You know,
Hmm.
I was just gonna show up, do an event, get people together, and they were
Hey,
like, "No, you can't do that. You're white."
hey,
And like,
hey, dynamic.
yeah,
You ever heard of a you heard of a pimp? You know what
yeah,
a pimp is, right?
yeah,
All right. You know the pimp's technique and a method, right?
yeah.
Violence, fear, controlling a place to stay, controlling your food, right?
I know
Controlling
all about it.
controlling a single mother, her child, right? Taking her child from her. But get out there, do this. You use different ways to manipulate these women. You can have up to 20, 40, 50 different women running a whole block, right? And then what happens to them later in life? They have children. You really didn't care about them, but you later on in life, you create a whole bunch of broken households when you pimp it, right? So it doesn't matter what the children are going through to the pimp. What matters what the children are going through is to the people that are in the community. So when you say that's white oppression, no, it's not white oppression anymore because they're already traumatized. Those people are already screwed up in the head. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? They're already screwed up.
That was
So the pimp is look, check it out. The pimp is gone. The pimp is out of there. He got his money. He got what he wanted. He traumatized all those women, and they had a whole bunch of traumatized and drug infested kids that grew up and then traumatized their neighborhood. But the children are being blamed when it's the pimp's fault. So it's not white oppression, it's a white seed. That's what was planted. So when you say I tried to help them and they didn't listen, they're not supposed to listen. Something's wrong with them. What you're supposed to do is try to understand people who are pointing it out. You don't even have to do anything. When people point it out, I'm telling you, I speak to people, I'm from this community. If you would just understand what they're saying when they point at that and go, that's not right, and you back them up, that's enough. They don't even want you to do anything. You don't have to go up to a black person and talk to them. You can just talk to your people.
I've
That's
been
the
going long
that
apparently.
works.
Hey. Think about the other way around it. Instead of saying that it was white oppression, like oppressing white people, but stopping white people from helping. Look at it that way. Think about it that way.
Say
That's
that
what
again.
hey,
Okay.
hey, I got
Don't
jokes and they six circles around, man. They so funny. You'll love them.
Dynamic.
Yes, ma'am.
Dynamic.
Yes,
Let
ma'am.
me try one thing with you before we finish talking. So, remember one time in your life that somebody did something traumatic to you, right? You ain't got to tell us what it was, but think of that energy and the memory that's tied to that energy. So that's what we're experiencing right now. We may not have been slaves, but we have a lot of residual um, energy from oppression, even though people want to say it was so long ago. So, with that being said, it's like psychological. Even though we know we're doing better and we want to do better, there's things psychologically that are occurring that are harder to unravel. And a lot of people haven't even got to healing, you know what I mean, to get to that point. So it's not that you're white, it's the fact that you remind them of the people who did them dirty. And I know that's not your responsibility, but that's something you should think of when you interact with the community.
Well, then now that you bring that up because I still don't talk to my family to this day by my and so yeah, you right. You know, I get it. I can pick up on what you put down. You know, it ain't it ain't nothing out the box. So, you know, I mean, I get it. You know, it's one of those. I feel it.
Yeah,
I know
do
exactly what
people like do
you're there with
y'all
that.
let me ask you this dynamic. Do y'all ever sit back? This has nothing to do with the internet. No triggers, nothing. Just do white people sit back? And I'm talking about you. I'm not speaking about anybody else. Just you. Have y'all ever sat back around each other like, yo, man, what in the world? Like, how is it that we fighting for this country, that country, these people, these people? Like we're fighting for everybody around the world. These people that were in slavery over here that still ain't get no remedy for it. We ain't doing nothing for them at all. But there's other people, foreigners coming into the land and we're helping them out. They can get slapped and we'll pay them $10 trillion. We go to another country and waste $500 billion to try to save someone else. And because their country is doing them wrong, but we're in a country leaving from where we did somebody wrong, but we're not helping them out. Y'all don't ever think about that? Like, yo, these black people are the last ones to actually get help for what happened to them. They're the last ones to get a law, not
Every
even money. Not
every
look,
black day,
not
man.
even money. Look. We don't have to talk about money and reparations and land and the 40 acres and a mule. Just a law that's put into place. We went to other countries and set up rules to where you could not fuck with people. We went to undocumented tribes. The world got together and set up protections for undocumented tribes so that nobody around the world can fuck with them because they were traumatized. But in the country you're in where people were traumatized and it happened for hundreds of years, they'll go fuck with undocumented tribes for just a couple of years, just a few years. And we'll see that's wrong. And we'll set up treaties and laws to where if you mess with these people, you get in trouble. But no one is doing that for black people. Y'all don't ever wonder, like, that's weird. Why are
No,
we not doing the
you
same thing
you
for them?
wrong there. You wrong there because you're saying we don't ever wonder, and you're asking about me and my
No,
home.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you if you do because I have never. Everybody I've asked, they said no. So I'm asking you personally.
Oh man, no. You see, that's where y'all know different about asking me that because I'm gonna tell you the God's honest truth. We talk about it. If we don't talk about it every day, it's at least 2 to 3 fucking days out of 5.
Okay.
We're not even talking about 7. We're
Mm.
out of 7, like because we'll see
Hey,
something.
cool. And look. I feel you. I feel you, bro. Listen, I feel you. But this time, like my request, since you do that, I'm asking like, can you turn the camera on when you do it and post it up online?
Yeah, you want me to?
Yeah, I'm with it. Yeah, I want to see that. When y'all talk about it, post it up on the internet. And I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna tag you. I'm gonna blow it up. I'll even drop a bag on it and promote it and advertise it.
Hey. You want me to talk specifically about the people here in America that ain't getting taken care of while we taking care of everybody else, right?
No, I
I'll
don't
do
want
it.
you to. I don't want you to record yourself talking about it. I want you to secretly record the conversation of you and other white people talking about that. Secret.
Dude,
Yeah. Expose because
dude.
look. I want you to
I don't
expose
hang
the
out
truth.
with
No,
white
because
people.
look, hold up. Because people lying on y'all. People said y'all don't care. I want you to record it. Expose these people that they lying on you. Expose it.
I can do it with my wife, but that's the only white person I hang out with, bro. I don't hang out with nobody because I
Dynamic, I'm
don't
fucking
like
with you, man.
nobody.
I'm
They
fucking with
all fucked up.
you. I'm fucking with you, Dynamic. I know it ain't. Look, bro, it's a dream. I'm messing with you. I was just making
Hey,
a point.
hey,
I know it
hey,
ain't gonna
every
happen.
time you say it's a dream, you inspire me a little bit though, bro, because I'm gonna make this
It's a
video.
dream.
I'm gonna do it. Me and my wife gonna sit there and talk about it, and I'm gonna let her know I'm recording. And we gonna talk about how all the atrocities are and how everything is.
No. Let me explain it to you.
I can't do it
Black people. No, let me
here.
explain it
I,
to you. Let me explain.
I
Let me
live
explain it to you. Let me explain this to you. When black people see something going on with any race, Asian, Hispanic, we turn the camera on and we expose it. We get involved. We start talking about it. We make videos. No one asks us. They don't ask us to do it. We just start doing it. Did you see what they did to these people? That's fucked up. Look at this. This ain't right. Y'all need to stop this. We do it. Even in slavery, you still had people trying to fight for other people in court. Black women were fighting for white women, and they were in slavery.
why is that?
They spoke out from slavery. That's crazy, right? So
That's
what?
crazy
When,
because
yeah.
we're
So what I'm
speaking
saying,
out
look, I'm not
of
talking about speaking to your wife. I'm
brain.
saying walk. No, look, I'm saying walk up to the person and have that conversation with them at the Walmart. Just walk, like, yo, hey, brother, woo, whatever noise y'all make. Like we were like, yo, what's up, King? Whatever y'all do, you like, yo, whatever you do, get his attention and just start having a conversation with him.
Mo, I
We
think
went,
I'm a little older than you, and you got more kids than I do. I when I walk up to somebody and have a conversation, say, "Hey, how you doing?"
what the fuck? I don't know what you do. I don't know.
Hey, it's
We got eye contact. We got all types of shit.
eye
We got head
contact
bob.
always number one. Any real man knows eye contact number one. Number two, keep your shoulders right. Number three, get their attention. Hey, how you doing? And you speak with confidence. That's the way I was
Okay.
raised. Sorry, man.
Dynamic, can I ask
But
a
look,
question?
don't
I
forget.
want to
Hold on, wait,
ask you.
wait. Don't forget. I just want to tell them. Don't forget. I'm telling you to go talk to them about it. Not your wife, not your son, nobody that been online. Go talk to a random person. Like, yo, have you heard of this? Like, did you notice this? Like, I want to see that conversation.
I,
But go
I,
ahead, Boy. Go ahead.
So I want to ask a question because I've never gotten in a position to ask a white man this question. So I'm gonna ask you because I feel like you would be. I hope you'll be honest with us. How do you independently feel about what happened to our people in America? Like, how does it make you feel when you're thinking about when you hear the stories, like we hear the stories, and when you mentally break it down to yourself? What do you feel about it?
it's one of the worst things that ever happened between the English and the Spaniards and the people in Africa, the tribe leaders, the people, the way everything worked out, and then it all worked out, and then all these people worked this out, and then it became this nice little trade, and it was a wonderful thing for them, but it's an atrocity. I think it is above a genocide as far as terrible. Like, it is way worse than genocide. Like, you can kill off people, that's fine. But enslaving a race is fucked up. And I'm from Irish folks. I'm third generation, so I get it. I kind of understand that shit's fucked up with that kind of stuff because we had stories that were passed down in my family. But and the main thing was is that when my family was working its way down to the south areas, they worked their way down from New York to Georgia, and in the process of it, purchased slaves to free them. And so to me, it's like something that would never seem natural. to own another person or have another person work for you without you paying them. And I'm not even talking about supplying them with things. Like, fuck, hell, if somebody's working for you, hell, maybe you ought to give them somewhere to live and fucking pay them more because they're making you money. But that wasn't what was happening. And it was way worse. It's a terrible thing. And slavery was fucking terrible. And I don't back it, and I don't think it's cool, and I don't believe in any kind of fucking pride from that era because my family wasn't even here then. So I don't know much about it, but I can tell you this much: what I learned in school told me that there's some horrible fucking people out there. Horrible
Right.
fucking people.
Appreciate that. Where Mo
Yeah,
go?
I don't believe anybody should ever have to deal with that or think about what did my great great grandmother go through. Oh, it was slavery. No, no, that ain't cool. You know, although now we're at the time where it would be like it would be their great, 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 but that doesn't matter. It
It's
doesn't
not,
matter.
it's not. I want to dispel that myth for you right now because my grandmother told me stories about her picking cotton as a child with her parents. My grandmother, and I'm 36, so that's not true.
That's cool. My dad, he was born in 1940, and he picked cotton as a sharecropper growing up.
Mm.
He had to do that before school, and he had to go out and milk cows and everything because he was living with his grandma because his mom was in prison because she killed her man, and
Well,
they were sharecroppers, and they were
yeah,
picking
they were
cotton.
making money, but they weren't making money like
No,
y'all are
no,
really
no.
making
They
money.
got food and stuff, and they shared off of the crop. And they had a place to live, but that's it. That's all they got, and it was terrible. So I kind of understand a lot more than a lot of people think. Mofax already knew that,
Yeah,
Yeah, what happened
and
to Mo?
he probably dropped on accident. I hope he comes back. But let's tie this back to religion, though. Can we the slave Bible? Do you think the slave Bible assisted in keeping the slaves at bay? Like,
is that what that book is?
no, he can talk about that book. I
No.
don't know what he's talking about.
That's why I tried to get
I'm
Mo on here so
sorry.
me and him
It's
can
my
go
fault,
through it.
Cuckoo. I'm sorry, Cuckoo.
Yeah. Because
What's up with that book?
Mo he breaks more. This book, it's not even a book, it's the Gabriel inscription is a stone that they found. And when they go through the stone, the attributes of the person in this, well, the attributes as the stuff that happened to the person on the stone is the same thing that they're accrediting to Jesus, and it predates Jesus.
Okay,
From what people? From what people?
What you mean with people?
What community? Like the Mayans, Sumerian, Kemetic,
Um,
what other people?
they 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 found it in Perea.
Mhm.
okay. So they found it in prayer, and then now now if that's is it not a book or something that I can buy or what?
You can get this book, but you can't get the stone.
I don't want the stone. I don't man, I got room for a stone. I got a bookshelf, and I like reading, so that's the thing. I did come across a bunch of other wonderful books, but what is this slave Bible that you're talking about, Florin?
You said what?
You said something about a slave Bible. I haven't actually even growing up in Georgia and going to museums and Black History Museum and all that. Never heard of a slave. So
Yeah, they there was a certain it was a Bible that they had scriptures that they took certain scriptures to basically they wanted them to be docile enough to still be obedient, but they wanted them to have the foundation of Christianity. So they utilize this book to keep them ordained under Christianity, but yet submissive to slavery.
Wow, that is crazy because when you go to the Harriet Tubman Museum there in Macon, Georgia, I don't know if it's still open or not. Macon, Georgia, I mean, you really don't want to leave your car on the side of the road down there. But they said that the Bible was how they were able to create their language and the lingo to create Underground Railroad and everything else to work their way out.
No, that's not true because they weren't allowed to read. It was illegal for them to learn how to read. Then also we use braids and drawings. We would braid in our people's hair a map to get to freedom, or else we would draw it, and even
Hmm.
quilts too.
Right, right. And see, I know about that. My thing was that everything that led to knowing that the right thing was following what the book was saying. And maybe the Bible isn't right for all people, but it led people to safety. It helped them, and it wound up working out. Is what it come out to be, and it was for those plantations and those places that didn't care about it being illegal for people to read and let them read. There are a lot of plantations in North Georgia. There was two there, and there was some in South Carolina and North Carolina at the time, and then there was Tennessee, and they just let them do their thing. But most of the plantations were in like Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana kind of thing that were really bad.
Are you a Christian?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so are you familiar with the scripture that says, "Slaves, be obedient to your slave masters"?
I'm all also familiar with the scripture that says that all men are free.
You don't think that's a contradiction? If all men are free, and that's in the Bible, why would it also say in the Bible that slaves be obedient to your slave masters?
When the Egyptians were talking to their slaves, they were saying for them to be obedient. At that time, they were leaving. This was right before the exodus of everybody from there, trying to make the difference and trying to get out of there. And this is like right before Moses when that was said. If you find anywhere in the New Testament where it says that, that's cool. I got you. I mean, I'll understand it. But before that, I can't help you on it,
But why does
because
it? Why do you guys dismiss? I don't understand that. When I was a Christian, I didn't dismiss the Old Testament. How can y'all do that if the Bible is written in truth?
oh, see, honey, I'm not that kind yet. Like I believe in Jesus. I believe that He lived. I believe and I have my faith, and nothing's gonna shake that. But when it comes to the Old Testament, that was well before Jesus, and I don't care what anybody says. You try your best to say that he was a part of it. Everybody can do everything they want to. It don't matter. The main thing is that that is a historical recollection, and then the New Testament comes out, which is still another historical recollection. But the New Testament says, "Love others as the way I've loved you." And that's what he wanted of all people. So from there on out, it ain't got nothing to do with what the fuck was said. He he gave a final commandment, and that is simple and it's easy to follow. I mean, think about all of the trials from the beginning of the Bible to the end, and you can't read it from front to back and make sense of it. It ain't gonna work for you. You got to go through there and follow each scripture that supports another scripture. You got to do a whole lot of work to do it. And I'm gonna tell you, when you do that, you realize that when the final commandment came out, that was That was a mom with 5 kids in their fucking diapers, running around the house, and she just throws her hands up. Fuck it, here, let's just do this. That's what it's like.
So who wrote the Bible?
Oh shit, hell, what Bible you reading?
No, who recorded it? Did Jesus,
Oh,
did Jesus, God, or the Holy Spirit write it themselves, or was it man?
why would you ask that question?
Is because it's valid because of what you just said.
It's very simple. Who wrote the Bible? It was all man written.
Okay, so why? How can you diminish things predated when the same man? When I say the same, I'm gonna say man wrote Old and New Testament, but I just don't understand. I will never understand that.
Okay, so check it out. If I write a book about the Roman Empire and say how the Romans said that all slaves should obey their owners, because this is actually in a book. But if you go to Rome, there's no slaves, right?
Hmm.
Okay, now tell me how that makes the current Romans like evil. And then in the same context, I'd like you to explain to me how, when the Egyptians were talking about how slaves should obey their owners, that's the same, like, that's apparent today in life. Like, we should have slaves. Like, nobody says that. Nobody, that's insane.
You said that we shouldn't have slaves.
Mm-mm. We shouldn't. We don't need them. If you can't do it yourself, you don't need it.
No, the way you said that. Okay, I'm glad you clarified because the way you said that, I was kind of confused. So for me, it's more that you keep going back to Egypt and the Romans, but I referenced it in kind of closer to our times and how they utilize the Bible to make people more submissive. They used religion and their faith with God to make them more obedient to slavery. And servitude in different places were different. I think in America, the type of slavery that was put out there, I don't think it
We
came
record.
before America. The type of slavery, the what things they did is not um, equivalent to ancient Egyptians having people of service.
No, as a matter of fact, statistically speaking, the American slavery was considered to be one of the worst types of slavery that ever occurred. And in the process of that, they left out all of the Middle East. They didn't judge any of that. They
Hey,
didn't look at it.
hey,
Welcome back.
wait, who? This? If I take you and make you do anything, I don't care if I make you say I'm happy for 17 hours a day. I take you and I make you and your family stand in front of me and say I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm a good person. I'm great. I believe in myself. I am wonderful. I'm nice. And if you stop saying that, I will do something to you. So I could force you to do something good, right? You can't compare slavery. If you force someone to do anything, it doesn't matter what you're telling them to do. You could
What
be
are
telling them to do
you
good.
going on about, man?
It doesn't matter either way. It's always wrong.
No, no,
So
that's
I
what
don't.
I said.
So
I said
and
it's always wrong. It's always wrong
yeah. So what are we talking about Egypt for?
because the scripture that she was referencing was from that time.
No, the scripture. Remember, understand the context of the Bible, right? If the Hebrews, God's chosen people, if they would have just stuck with what God told them to do, and they didn't run astray and start worshiping other gods and sleeping with other women, right? Or the women sleeping with other men, if they didn't do all the things God told them not to do, they would still have slaves today. He's telling them that the reason why the world is like it is and your people are scattered amongst these other people who I don't care about is because you ran astray from me. So I need to bring you back home. So they would still have slaves today. The only reason they stopped having slaves and they went into slavery is because they disobeyed God. But if had they not do it, listen to the logic behind it. Let's change the story and go with what God's plan was. His plan was to set up a people different from everybody else in the world. So if those people kept obeying God, they would have slaves for forever. That would have been it.
Yes.
They disobeyed and then they went into slavery. And then the world was so messed up because everybody went astray that he had to send his son to start it over. But then in the end, he's going to bring his people back and you will rule over other people. Whoever is going with this God, you're going to rule over other people. There's always going to be people that's going to be under you. So this whole thing is a slavery blueprint. When you think about it, it's just you're adding God to it, and then it's okay. But it wouldn't be okay if a man just admitted that he wrote the Bible and he didn't put God in there and he just put King James or he put Dorotheus of Sidon or he put Plato or he put Muhammad, whatever they put in their books. If it was a man doing it, it would be wrong. Like if a man did what they did to Job, what God did to Job, if a man did it, the man would be wrong. The only reason why it's not wrong is because God did it. God can't say that you don't see that.
Yeah, I mean, the way you take them and put them together, even though they're different circumstances, you make it where it's a thing where it's not something that you can talk about without
How are they different?
contradictory.
So you
How are
telling me
they
if the
different?
Hebrews, hold on, you telling me if the Hebrews, that God's chosen people, right? And these are different groups of people, right? They're not all the same color. If God's people, his chosen people, these diverse people, it was 12 different looking people, right? If they would have obeyed God, are you telling me at some point he would have said, "Hey, uh, guys, you're gonna have to stop slaving people." Like that was the law. If they would have never broken the law, what would have happened? Because his promise was forever if they kept their promise. You keep your promise to me, I'll keep my promise to you. But they broke it, so he broke his and then started a new covenant. What if they would have kept the original promise?
Rosie, you want to answer that one? Or foreign?
I'm asking you. You the one who believe it. I'm
Hey,
asking you.
I'll tell you what. All right. God's original promise was broken, and Moses' law, Abraham's law, all that out the window. He sent his son down, which was him an embodiment. If you ask some motherfuckers that there's no second person, there's no Trinity or anything. There's so many different beliefs out there on the system of it. And it's like a hand thrown in the air. You got a bunch of kids, Mo. You got a bunch of kids. And there's a moment where you're like, all right, we're just gonna do this. Here's what we're doing. Y'all gonna do what we doing. And that was his son. That was Jesus saying, just love everybody the same way I loved you. He washed everybody's feet, did he not? Did he not feed them? Did he
Yeah,
not
but you
sit
jump.
with them?
Look, hold on. You jumped so far. What does a woman do if you don't treat her right? What does a woman do if you don't treat her right? She gonna find somebody else.
What's
Even
wrong with that?
if you still with her, yeah, I didn't say anything was wrong with it. I just asked the question. Even if you still with her and you think you got her fooled, and she will go and get what she needs and let you sit there and be a dumbass. And she'll just go, all right, well, I guess you're good for this, and she'll go and you do what she does. That's
Right.
what God is doing in the story. They're not listening to me. His people that he chose are not listening to him. So while everybody's going astray, he's still going to keep his foundation rolling through. This is the narrative. This is the powerful part of the story that he had to let.
Pull
He
it
had to
Old
look.
Testament
Since
hard,
look, look,
right?
look. Listen to the powerful part of the story. I used to grow up in it, so I could preach it better than anybody. Listen, he's saying in the story, People that I chose to be my favorite are not listening to me. They disobeyed me. But how am I going to judge the world if, as I set them aside and they knew God, they knew who the one and almighty God was, they went away from me and did the same thing everybody else did? Then why can't I bring the rest of the world into the fold? That's what the message is. He let everybody in. If my people who were special and they were supposed to be set aside from everybody else and they didn't listen to me, then I should just let them all in. So I'm gonna send my son down there and save the whole world because I thought that I could just give them free will and my people who I set aside and make special who know me, they will listen to me because they know me. Everybody else don't know me. They know all these other fake gods. So they should disobey me. But see, if my people disobey me and they knew me, then why can't I save everybody? That's the message. But my question is, with the poetry aside, if they would have obeyed him, what was going to happen? Because he allowed slavery. He even gave you the rules for how to slave somebody. If they would have obeyed him,
I
what would the world be looking like?
I can tell you that it'd be a shitty fucking place that would have a lot of violence in it at this point in time in the world. But the way it goes is that there's only, what is it, 17 countries right now out of the 70 some odd that exist or whatever it is that have slavery. And I cannot believe that even in Turkey right now, they have slavery. Like, I was looking it up and I was like, are you fucking shitting me right now? Like the laws, like, are you like, why is nobody going and fighting about this? Why is nobody starting a war there? Why is
Because
nobody going to places where the shit
because slave because
allowed?
slavery because slavery is everywhere. Slavery is just a tech. You're probably not going to understand that if I explain it to you. Slavery never stopped. Slavery still exists. What you're getting
I'm a
confused, right?
slave.
What
You're
you're
a
see, this
slave.
is
All slaves.
listen,
Everybody's
listen.
a slave. I
Slavery,
know that, bro. I'm
look.
talking about.
Okay, so why are you saying like,
Well, no, I'm talking about
wow, what is
like
going on? Like, it never stopped.
somebody
It's just
not getting
machines
a house,
do the work.
somebody getting
That's all slaves had
actually
to do at the time.
like
That's what
like
happened.
what do you call it? How would you
The
put it a
machine,
nice way for TikTok?
the
How would you say it?
wait,
What
wait.
slaves in
The
Turkey?
machine. Look, hold up, wait. The machines. Let me make this point. The machines that used to do the work. I mean, damn, I'm mixing it up. The people that used to do the work, the machines do it today. So you don't get to see people working by the sweat of their brow. You don't get to see that. You don't get to see how intense that work is because a machine is doing it. But you can see it in how classes they're strategically putting things into place to where certain people get left at a certain place. So now it's not fair living. So you can look at another country and go, damn, that's messed up. But you can't see what's going on in your country because the slavery in your head was people working on a field doing a job that a machine should be doing. But now that the machine is doing it, and this slave who's free to go is now roaming around in the streets on drugs, killing themselves, destroying a community, worshiping fake gods,
Hellish.
doing nothing. It doesn't look like anything. You're looking. It's the same thing. They still got to go to the
That's why I
store.
love you, Mo. That's why I love you, man.
Look, check it
I
out, check it
see
out,
your fucking
check it
face
out,
on this shit, something.
check it out, check it out. Look, once I built the system for you, remember you pick the cotton, you bag the tobacco, because I had nothing else to do it. But now I got something else to bag the tobacco and bag the cotton. You're going to go to the store. You're going to work for me. And then you are going to go to the store and purchase the things and give me the money back. It's the thing. It's an even worse trick. And you're never going to catch it because you're so traumatized and all your ancestors are dead. You're just going to grow up and go, well, this is what I got to do so I can survive. You're not going to catch the trick. You're
No,
buying your own stuff back from yourself, but someone else owns it.
go ahead. I think Forum was saying something. What's up?
Well, I did want to add to what he was saying. As a woman, I observe different things, and that slavery has just strictly been rebranded. There's many different displays of slavery now in the present day. Like they traffic women and men from different countries, and they make them enter these um, agreements to get, you know, out here. So they do things that, like, do nails, for example. A lot of the women that work doing nails and massages are trafficked women, and there's some women out here and in different countries that have kids and they do not get birth certificates because they sell the babies to be tortured and essayed and all kind of things, and it's a big industry out here because you seen what happened to what's it, Epstein. You know what I mean? Like, that is a big example because what happened to him? He just unalived himself. I don't think he did. It doesn't make sense because there's a lot of people. If he would have went to court and told on them people, everybody would have been in trouble because there's government officials. It's dirty. It's just rebranded, and the unfortunately people that are not living that lifestyle, or they're not related to people who live in that lifestyle, is so removed from them that they don't see it. But the truth is, it's rebranded. And like Mo said, even if we're not initially tied to it right now, we do experience, the residuals of it.
Right. And I can feel you on that one because like I see it firsthand. And the biggest thing that really kind of gets me on that people forget the fact that when you wake up every morning, I don't know if you ever drive or not, but I'm assuming you do. You sound like you're pretty put together. When you wake up every morning and go to work, come home, and all you're doing is working out swap day every time you get paid. You're swapping the get to the people you owe. It's that's slavery. I mean, you didn't really make. You're pretty much almost sharecropping in your industry, and it's a damn shame. And people aren't paying a living wage, and hell, everybody's kind of being put made. They're made to work to be able to do things, and we're the only species that has to do that to have somewhere to live. The rest of them get to live in places naturally, and they even get made, defended areas. Like, hey, you can't fish here because fish need a place to live. Wait, what? you know, but
Mhm.
at the same time, you got all these human trafficking going on that are way worse, and that is way worse. Human trafficking is like the bottom thing that's terrible right now because they're trying to snatch kids up. They're trying to
Yeah,
snatch
oh,
up
they are.
lives. They're snatching up anybody they can to try to sell off, and that's crazy. It's insane, and it's like, why in the hell would you want to like take firearms away from people in a situation where people are getting stolen off the streets? Like, this is stupid. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know. I like the hostile environment of not knowing who has a firearm or who doesn't, because you don't know if it's okay for me to see you run up to a damn buggy and grab a kid out of it. And I got a gun. It ain't your kid, so it might get a little blood on it, but it ain't his blood. You see what I'm saying? That's one of those where it's like it this is a thing that is very big. That trafficking, when you go to that, that's huge. There's a lot of big people working on it, and they've been doing a lot of good things. But I mean, what's your take? Like, how much have you seen on it?
I've seen a lot on it, being a woman, and I unfortunately been exposed to a lot of places where I interacted with women that were affected in that manner. And I honestly feel like the beginning, like like what I was talking about earlier, the Bible really um, condoned that, and it kind of prepped a lot of people. to be
Mm-mm.
victimized in that manner. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
I
the
want to go
okay.
right back to that because that's why we brought it up, right? Hold on. That's why I brought it up. And my thing is like, if it was not accepted back then, I don't think that it would be occurring the way it is now. There's a lot of people that are being protected because of their clients are high profile. You see what I'm saying? But if we would have deaded it back then and not allow them to utilize religion to weaponize, us against ourselves, then it wouldn't even be looked the other way right now because they do it so slickly. Even with the Oregon trade, like everything trickles down from that, them utilizing that, because that's where it began.
the the organ trade.
All of that.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Here, check it out. Here's something to check out and look up. And check it out really like look it up, really actually look into it. That method had Macedonians or somebody can help me out on this one. But check out their society and how bad it was. And now the Romans same way. People were stealing children and doing all this stuff. This is something that has happened for thousands of years. Taking the Bible out of the construct. Everything is horrible. And it's like people in general are bad. That's what we are. Now, there are a lot of good people, but the few bad apples in the batch, man, they create some bad stuff. And people go along with it because it works out for them, because it helps them out. At one time, it wasn't about money. At one time, it was about comfort. But now it's about money, which is still comfort. So it's really all about the same thing, ain't it? Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I've
And
never
that,
been. I wouldn't. I've never been in that power to even identify with that, so I can't agree or disagree.
what do you mean?
That's never been like an option for me to even benefit from that type of behavior.
No, it's historically proven and true. It's a fact. So it's not something that you would benefit or lose from. It's something that actually happened, and knowing that that's there, it's the same thing. It's hey, one gained a living space. Now people gain money, and they use that money for their living space. So they're not really all it is tit for tat. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and people are
What?
doing all these horrible atrocities, and it's terrible. There's nothing in the Bible that says it's okay, and religion isn't what these people run off of. I don't know if you've met a criminal lately, but I can guarantee you none of them are walking around with a Bible under their fucking belt. I guarantee it. And
Okay.
then when you do
Since
find the
you
ones
said
that
that,
are, that's tax evasion. That's all they're doing.
so what you just said, because I'm gonna relate that back to what I was speaking on earlier. There was a scripture in the Bible that said that slave masters can beat their slaves from an inch to death. Do you
Oh,
recall
hold on.
that?
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me grab. I got it.
Hmm.
What script? What scripture?
You gonna let me get my laptop because I need to look it up. I had a list of these things for a long time, but now that I'm not a Christian no more, I don't keep them on hand.
That's okay, Foreign. Hey, I'll tell you what I did. I'll tell you what I did. I took a big struggle in my faith, and then I I got back into it, and then some folks were like, you only need one type of Bible. Well, you know what I do now? I collect Bibles. And so
What you got, Mofax? What's the scripture? Oh, go ahead. I just want him to put the scripture down in the chat.
Mo's gonna throw it down. I'm looking. I'm watching. I'm watching, brother. Man, why you leave? Come back in here.
He he got kids. He got duties. He probably has some.
What? Hey, you know what he's doing? He's doing what God did when He sent Jesus down. Fuck it. Here's what we doing. Y'all gotta eat. I got to
No,
handle y'all.
I like that he's here though. Mofax was
Oh,
on it.
he's gonna record. Oh, his kid's asleep. I just looked at the time. His kid's asleep. Man out here trying to make music. I feel you. I feel you.
Mofax, what's the scripture though? I'm trying to pull it up so we can. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it depends on which one you're talking about.
I got the NIV in my hand. Where we at?
No, okay, so if you talking about the rules that God laid down for slavery, you can find them in Leviticus. If you want to talk about where God likes slavery, where He agrees with it, you can go to Romans, you can go to Ephesians, you can go to Revelation. You can go to. It depends on which context of slavery you're talking about.
There's a scripture that I remember speaking that they can beat their slaves like close to death, but they cannot kill them.
I think that's in
Oh, okay.
Ephesians.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's Leviticus. That's Leviticus.
A little bit of,
I think it's either it's Exodus or Leviticus. Hold up. It's if you beat the slave, it says like if you beat them and they survive for like 3 days, it's okay. But if they die when you beat them to death, then it's not okay, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's Exodus. That's probably Exodus or Leviticus. Hold up. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, you in Exodus.
That's what I was about to say.
Exodus.
Bible. So
Yeah, okay. Exodus 21:20 through 21.
21.
21 verse 20 through 21.
Do not be afraid. God has come to test you, so that fear of God will keep you from sinning. The people remained at a distance while Moses approached it. We're talking Exodus.
No. Exodus 21 verses 20 through 21.
Oh shit!
It's confusing because it's two 21s in it and another 20.
Yeah,
So it's like 20, 20, 20. You know?
you got me on that shit, bro. All right. 21. Anyone who beats their male or female slave with a rod must be punished if the slave dies as a direct result. But they are not to be punished if the slave recovers after a day or two. And in the KJV, I think it says 3 days. Since the slave has their property,
Right.
is their property. If
Right.
people are fighting and hit a pregnant woman and she gives birth prematurely, but they
Bro, look, that's it. You didn't have to get all graphic with it. But you don't touch a pregnant woman anyway. Don't you see what I'm saying? Don't even
oh,
read that. That can be
me and
taken.
Mo,
You,
yeah,
look,
oh,
bro,
dude,
listen,
dude,
listen,
dude,
bro,
I
listen,
feel
listen.
you,
Hold
man.
on,
I
hold on.
read
I'm gonna do you. I'm
it.
gonna do you one better. I'm gonna do you one better, right? The next verse you was about to read, you can take that out the book. Don't even put that in there. Don't even touch them. Your argument is just, well, slave was worse. It was a worse over here. They did this. They did that. Okay, fine. We can talk about people doing it the right way or the wrong way, but you can never have a discussion. There is no discussion when you're touching a person who has a child in their stomach. That doesn't even make
That's
any sense.
where the eye for an
There's
eye.
no, there's
Dude,
no, and look,
you ever touch
listen.
a pregnant woman, motherfucker's dead. That's it. Touch a
No,
pregnant woman,
what?
your
Yeah,
ass.
right. There's no point. It doesn't even make sense that a God would even tell you how to beat a pregnant woman. That makes no sense. Don't even read that. They can
He
rip
didn't
that out
make,
the book.
he said
No,
that
it's too graphic.
if you
It's
touch a pregnant woman, your ass is dead. Eye for an
Right.
eye.
So what I'm saying, it's safer for us. I don't agree with this scripture that we're reading, but it's safer for us to just leave that alone and discuss something that's more, PG-13. That's that's some other shit. I don't even know what to rate that. That's some shit that you buy on the black market, right? So
I
it
got
says anyone who beats their male or female slave with a rod must be punished if the slave dies as a direct result. As a direct result, pay attention. But they are not to be punished if the slave recovers after a day or two, since the slave is their property. Now, most people will focus in on, see, property. That's not the point. Let's go back. It says anyone who beats a male or female slave with a rod must be punished if the slave dies as a direct result. Now, you got to think a little deeper to understand as a direct result for a person who is trying to make profit. Can you hear me?
yeah.
If you're trying to make profit and you're destroying my worker, of course the slave master should be punished because you're destroying my machine. So
Yeah.
most people would go, oh, well, he's being nice because he said that if you died as a direct result, you don't destroy someone's property because they're using it to make a profit. So it's even more evil. It's
And
worse. It's
I
telling you that if you go against, listen, hold on. If you, I'm so focused on making this slavery system work that if you break it, I'm gonna beat your ass. If you destroy my property, I'm gonna kill you. That's how it goes. They
ask you
saying
a question.
somebody got to pay that debt. If you run off on a plug, right?
Yeah.
If you run off on the plug, somebody got to pay that back.
Right.
That's all it's saying. Somebody needs to pay it back. They're teaching you how to run the system of slavery.
Hmm.
The system is that's what this blueprint is. Don't destroy the slave. Don't get caught in your ego and your fetishes because you like to beat people and dominate people. Make sure that you don't kill my property because I need them to work. So what you're seeing is a person who controls this system. They're telling the slave master who works from them, this is worse than what you think because the person who laid this down, you believe it's a god. I'm telling you from my research that the person who laid this down is a ruler who is speaking to somebody under them that they call a slave master. And they're telling them, don't beat my property to death because I need people to work the field.
Right.
You just think it's God, so you let it slide.
Not.
And that's how you look. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. Since you think it's God, that's what made you feel comfortable with reading the next scripture. You was about to go into beating something that shouldn't even ever be talked about. But you feel like this is God's
Actually,
word.
I was going into the where the eye for an eye comes from in the Bible. I was that's the next scripture. The whole next lineup leads into what eye for an eye for is. Is that's touching a pregnant woman. Just hit her one time, you should die. Point
Don't
blank.
no no
That's
no. Look, there is no rule. You don't need to make a rule saying don't hit this person, but hit this person. Don't do it at all. Don't even talk about it.
because they were talking about a whole different set of people than the people that exist today. Like none of that.
Okay, you want
It,
me to show you? Hold on. Wait. Dynamic. Let me show you the problem.
white that
Let me show you the problem. Dynamic. When you see a woman, how do you know she's pregnant? I'm gonna show you the problem. How you know she's pregnant, right? Her stomach poking out, right?
Mhm.
Okay, but you can be pregnant before your stomach pokes out. Matter of fact, one of my sisters, when she's pregnant with a girl, I think when she's pregnant with a girl, it's either a girl or a boy. I don't know specifically, but we noticed it in our family. When she's pregnant with a girl or a boy, she doesn't show at all.
why don't you pay more attention to your
She don't.
family, man?
She don't even show. She don't even show when she's pregnant with a girl or boy. What are you talking
What,
about? Look,
what,
I don't live with my sister. We live in two different countries. So listen, stop trying to distract me. Listen. So when she's pregnant with a girl or a boy, right? You can't tell if she's pregnant. But with both people, whether your body is different and you show more with a boy or a girl, you still won't know if anybody's pregnant into a certain amount of months, which means somebody is getting away with beating somebody. But the whole reason why you're getting away with beating a person and getting lost on whether you knew they were pregnant or not is because you think there's a right way to be a person. Do you get what I'm saying? You
Oh,
can never be the
you
person.
saying you going on another tangent. I got you. I feel you.
It's the same topic. I'm telling you that it's wrong. You said that you should never touch a pregnant woman. I'm saying don't even say that you're trying to distinguish from who you can beat or not, because that makes it worse. Because then you can say, I didn't know she was pregnant. How was I supposed to know? Her belly wasn't poking out. But then it's a certain amount of months where you're supposed to poke out. She could be
So
2 weeks pregnant and you still beating her. So
so when
that's what I'm saying.
I
You
walked
don't
out,
beat people, period.
I hit him in the face. I'm like wrong.
Say that again.
So if my neighbor walked down here and disrespect me, and I hit him in the face, I'm wrong.
That's your slave? What are you talking about?
Exactly.
No, you're
We're talking about taking people. Hold on. We're talking about taking people and then giving people rules with how to treat them as your property. When you're not supposed to
no,
have property to
no, no,
have the
no.
discussion. I don't
We're
think you can
already
understand.
country's property. We don't even have fucking choice in most of what we do. Now, the thing, like, I get what you're saying, Bo. I feel you on that, and I hate that you kind of missed a little bit, but the
There's no
thing,
way you get what I'm saying if you use your neighbor as an example.
well, you
We're
mean,
talking about people who are imported. You grab these people and then import them to somebody else and sell them and then say this is how you treat them. Like what do you
why
mean?
in the hell
You
would
you were
somebody
wrong. You were wrong when you grabbed them.
they just paid for it? Why would somebody do that? Like,
Did you
why would
ask
you
them?
pay for a person, first of all, unless they're free on? Second, why would you want them to do anything for you other than to watch them go do good and have a free life and not be a part of it?
Hey, hey, why would the people who knew that their ancestors did that still support the system that they built it off of? Why would they do that?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm a same child of the world as you are. We're
Crazy.
I'm sitting here 38 years old, and you're right around my age, homie. Like, fuck, man. I don't know why in the hell the shit's the way it is. I can tell you this much though, that as far as the Bible shit goes, it's like that's not why slavery existed. Slavery existed because of other people's fucking malicious intents, and that's simple. Look at it.
Yeah, but if God gives you the rules on how to slave someone, remember, you and I both know that man created slavery and the rules for it, right? But when we
Yeah.
bring the Bible into it, hold on, the story in the Bible is teaching you how to slave people from God.
No.
Moses got this from God. So you know it's a man that did it. But that's what I'm trying to show you. That's the point.
God wasn't looking for that.
God is not doing it. It's a man doing it. You just believe that God did it. You're trying to find a way to explain away what God said, and God never said anything. You didn't talk. You know you ain't talk to God. You be lying.
Yeah,
You be
exactly.
lying.
When
You'd
somebody
be
says that
men
God,
notice. Look. This is something that people don't understand. Men know that these other men are lying. That's why we do this. That's why we have these exercises to show people, and we can expose it. But we both know you're not talking to nobody. You just believe it. So when you believe that God endorsed slavery and he gave you rules on how to do it, it makes you feel more comfortable for what happened in the past. If you throw the God out the window and then start realizing that you don't even know that creator, you would feel more guilty for even sitting back, not saying nothing about the system that was built off of it. But it's already kind of okay because it's still part of what God gave rules about. Once you erase that and go, God never even said nothing about that, and accept that this is man's work, it's a whole different type of evil. There's no way to excuse it. You never talk about the pregnant woman getting hit because nobody's supposed to be getting hit. It's all wrong no matter who said it because it's only men.
well, can I ask you a question though, Mo? What was the book of Exodus about?
My Alabama up there.
Exactly what the name is, and a little bit more. The book of Exodus is about three things. It's about the building of or the sustaining of the priesthood, right? It's about hold on, I got an echo.
Yeah, you did. You caught one.
Oh, shit.
Do y'all have an echo?
No.
I can hear
No.
you.
I heard, hey, tell him that. Hey, Susan, add me back. I got an echo.
All right.
Where you from, Corn?
Um, I was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico,
Cool.
and raised in Arizona, but my dad is from Ethiopia.
There you go.
So
That's kind of.
I'm American, but I was raised by a bunch of Ethiopians.
Hey, Ethiopians cook some damn good food.
All
Man,
right, y'all hear me now?
yeah,
Yeah.
we. Can.
All right, so yeah, the book of Exodus is about the build keeping it's partially building a priesthood, even though Abraham had part of the priesthood already, but it's about building the next part of the priesthood, sustaining it, and also getting the people to their freedom.
Right?
That's what it's about. And it's also, if you want to go into the theological standpoint of it, it's also about people being introduced to God because Moses also he meets God at that point because in the story, he doesn't really know who God is because he's in a foreign land. So you can also say, if you got deeper into the theology, is that he's starting to understand who this God is. He even asked the question in Exodus, well, who are you? I'm the God of your forefathers or whatever. And before Moses could even speak back and say, well, my forefathers told me that your name was El Shaddai. God clears that up before he even asks and says, I presented myself as this person to them, but to you, I'm going to present myself as this person. Now, I'm not going to get into how that doesn't even make any sense, but I'm still showing you that I know that much about the story to tell you all of the major events in it. So I know what Exodus is about. And matter of fact, it's one of my favorite books.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's people avoiding it and getting away from slavery. 100%. And what
Yeah,
kills me
that's
is,
that's that's in the story. In
yeah,
real life, that never happened.
oh, it didn't.
No, it didn't happen. I challenge you to go find me where a bunch of Jews left Egypt. Find me the king that drowned in the water. Find me the chariots that are all in there that scattered all over this water somewhere. Find me the people all over that area. Remember, this is two sides of water that civilizations exist on both sides. So if there was water that was split apart and a whole bunch of people walked past there and chariots were chasing them, you think none of the other civilizations along that water saw it and wrote about it? The
Telling me
only place you the
there
only place you find it is in the Bible.
are you really telling me there wasn't a rainbow ridge that was created over the top of it that they walked across? Because that's what my Bible says.
Oh, Rainbow Ridge.
What?
I'm
You better
fucking
stop.
with you, Mo. I'm fucking with you, Mo.
You need to stop that one. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Never give me an opportunity, bruh. I will make a joke. I'm telling you, man. But I'm laughing because I'm looking down through here and I'm digging. I haven't read Exodus in probably about 8 years, and so I'm running through it, and I'm on the fifth chapter here. Fifth, and it's like I'm running through it. It's like, wow, bruh.
So you come and have discussions with people who never stop reading the Bible? That's crazy. See, most of y'all think that since we don't speak and support the Bible that we stop reading. I've been reading the Bible since it was given for me. Like
What?
since the
What?
Bible, since the
What's
look,
this
since the Bible.
y'all shit? What's this y'all
Listen,
shit?
since no, listen, hold on. Since the Bible was given to me, I've been reading it the whole time.
Okay. Well, you
I've
do that.
never stopped.
Keep looking
I
for
may have.
other
I
people.
found out. I found out where it came from, but I still kept reading.
I'm just looking. What's
He
this
said,
y'all
"Who?" He
shit?
said,
I
"Who are
never
y'all?"
said you don't read your Bible. I never said you don't at all. Matter of fact, we've been
No, listen.
in
Hold on. I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna
places.
explain it to you. Look, you said you haven't read your Bible in such and such time.
No, I haven't
Then
read
why are you
the
talk?
book
So
of
hold on. So listen,
here.
listen. Why do you think you can
I'm
talk to me about it?
because it's an interesting conversation and it's a wonderful interlogue. I mean, what the fuck
Okay.
else?
Do you think that Mofax and Kufu come on here because it's interesting? Do you think we do this every night because it's entertainment?
Did somebody say entertainment or interesting? I'm wondering what the difference
She said
is.
entertainment.
Well, I kind of the way you
Are
project
you
it all
not
night, it
entertained?
seems you're
Oh, you not
entertained.
entertained?
Are you not entertained? Yeah.
No, no, I'm not actually.
No,
But
because you
no,
came on
I
here,
don't.
because you said yourself, and I quote, "I'll crack a joke any chance I get." Right? You came in
Right,
here joking.
Man, if y'all
because
hear the
like
hey Suitin, can you hear me?
jokes are good. If
I
you don't,
said if they hear
you don't like the joke.
if they hear the conversations from us talking on the phone, they shit on themselves.
Where I put it, man?
Motherfuckers would be
Go
shitting.
turn the light.
We be trying to figure out how to approach y'all and give you the information. The shit
I,
we know is completely different from what we're talking about online. We just trying to like, okay, let's tell
Right?
them this part. We be like, let's tell them. No, no, we ain't gonna say nothing. But let's tell them this part. Let's tell them that part. The shit we talk about before we get over here, you could change your drawers. You better change your drawers. If you're gonna shit yourself, this little slavery and look at this date and look at that date. That's nothing. That shit is nothing. It's not entertainment. We know that some people, it gets. Sometimes it's just our character, right? But then there's other times I do notice it's like, damn, people sitting there like it's kind of boring. So we throw a couple of jokes in there. That's all that is. So I
eh,
get it. I understand a joke. It's not entertainment, but some people get it confused as such. But I was asking you if you thought that you could talk to me about it and defend it because you thought I wasn't reading it. Like I
no,
know what
you
I'm
were
talking about. I wouldn't
asking.
speak. There's people who speak
You
on things
were
they don't know about. I know what I'm talking about, so that's why I'm speaking on it. And I know that
well.
sounds cliche, but you got to consider that I'm not bullshitting with you. I may be the
Wait,
one
wait. You
that
just
you
ran
shouldn't discuss
a
this
circle.
with.
Hold on. You just did a circle mode. Now listen to me. Listen. You just were like, how you gonna talk to me about this when you ain't read your Bible and ate something yet? No, I ain't read my Old Testament, especially the book of Exodus. Now I've been through Leviticus, I've been through Genesis a little bit. I've tagged in Ecclesiastes. Like I go in and touch in those books because they're referenced. But mostly what I've been working on in my life is focusing on helping people and not worrying about what the fuck the dumbass shit was. And that's what all this dumbass shit is. And it's like I don't never once assume that you don't know what you're talking about or read. And I know you grew up in that atmosphere. I'm not in a spot to be like, oh, yeah, you can corner me up with that bullshit. Like, no, you can't. I'm sorry, man, but I mean, if you knew, you knew. I tried messaging you, but you don't care about that, so I ain't worried about it. I
Hey,
ain't on.
don't get all personal on me now, right? What
I
I'm
ain't.
saying is when I say, listen, if I'll scroll through, if I see your message, I'll reply to. You know how many messages I get? But listen,
Yeah, I figured
what
that much.
what I'm what I'm
Yeah,
saying is right.
I
When I
figured that
asked
much.
you,
I just let it go, and I just didn't worry about it no more. My thing,
people tell me that all the time, and then they just don't wait. They lose patience, and then I never get to them.
Well,
But
after
listen,
talking to you and Kufu, who ran off, I got I
what?
got one he said get. I got a couple other different books too, and then I went into a damn Mennonite store at the little opportunity store here and found a bunch of different types of Bibles. Got all them, and then got a couple of historical recollection collections and went through all them. And I've been doing a lot of reading because, well, I mean, it's cheaper and paying for the internet.
Did you talk to God yet? Dynamic?
To who?
God.
You know that motherfucker don't answer me.
Okay, so what are you running around grabbing all these books for? You already told me last year. Oh no, I ain't gonna lie to you, Mo. I never talked to God. I just believe this in my heart, and I think there's something. Okay, but I asked you to confirm. Ask him. See what's up. You trying to figure out if which one of these men are right. I thought the topic was about God. I thought that the goal was to get to God, and you keep trying to buy different people's books. Those are men. We know men gonna keep writing different books. They making another Bible right now. Right now, as we speak, they putting together another Bible. You're
Actually,
gonna be buying you're gonna be buying a Bibles forever. If you believe this God is real, ask him what's up. He
Mo,
ain't answering.
Mo. I, the comparable facts to everything I found, none of them are even near accurate.
You
Manuscript.
breaking up.
The everything I own that's written by me is not even comparable to what's written by manuscripts. You know,
What manuscript you talking about?
the ones that the Bible were based,
All the Bibles are based on manuscripts.
all of them. Yeah, but none of them are like right. Is what it says. Everything you put in translation wise does not match. And then when I went to a guy who had done 23 years in seminary, he's like, it doesn't matter what
Hey, you want me
Bible
to look
you use.
dynamic. I'm gonna ask you a trick question, right? And I'm telling you it's a trick before.
I got
Which
it.
text has Jesus not being born from a virgin? Watch this.
Fuck, I thought it was all. I'm pretty.
All of them, she's not a virgin.
Yeah, to be a man's wife, you have to consummate the marriage. I'm sorry, but yeah, there's that.
Okay, read it.
From
No, hold up, read it. Read it where she's not a virgin. Go to that verse where she's supposed to give birth and she hasn't laid with a man. And I want to see that your Bible says something completely different.
No, no, because I don't read that part of it because I'm gonna tell you right now.
You jump over it. You
No,
skip that part.
jump over it. I look at it and I'm like, how the fuck you supposed to be married but not married? How the fuck you supposed to have done the deed and you're the deed and you're doing the deed but not doing the deed? You know, like how do you go to the
Okay,
ground
hold on, because you
and
running
say this
off. I need
is
you
my
come
ground?
back up the hill. I don't need you to fall down the hill yet. Come back up here. Listen, when I asked you what text says that Mary was not a virgin, you didn't. You said you skip over it. So I need you to tell me the answer. It's none of them, right?
It's
All of the texts we have translated into our language says she's a virgin, right?
all of the ones that I have that I actually own in my household.
Right, right. And
Dude,
I'm speaking
right
about English,
for
right?
it.
Hold on. Listen, hold on. Hold your horses, right? So if they got this from the Jews who have their same text in Hebrew and their text says she wasn't a virgin, how did our book say she is a virgin?
You
Huh?
see,
I
I
How
know.
mean,
did
it
that
is
happen?
a book.
How did that happen? Because we got it from the Hebrew, right? How did that happen?
What book do I need to buy?
Just talk to a
You
Jew.
don't need to buy anything.
Go get the
You
Tanakh.
gotta read
Man,
the
you
word that
don't
they
talk
use
to
for
a
Hold
perversion.
Jew,
up.
man. You know how
You can
you know
get
how
the
a Jew pays their bills. You know how a
get,
Jew pays their bills.
get the Hebrew or Aramaic
You,
Bible.
you just said we can't talk to the Jews, but you guys took the literature of them and ran with it.
The
Go
air
get. Hold on. Hey, dynamic. Go get a Hebrew Bible. Go get an Aramaic Bible, and go
I
get the
bought the
Babylonian. Go get the.
bought the
Hold on.
Bible he told me to
Go.
buy.
You gotta turn this real heat
Listen.
off.
Hold
It's
on.
ready.
Get the Hebrew Bible. The Hebrew Bible is only going to give you the Old Testament. That's why I'm telling you to get an Aramaic one, and then I'm telling you to get the Babylonian Talmud.
Oh, hold
If
up.
Hey,
you,
I need paper
you
and
gotta
pen.
turn this
Hold
real heat
yeah,
off.
if you get, remember, listen,
Um,
remember the Aramaic and the Hebrew Bibles are only going to show you the Old Testament. When you get the Babylonian Talmud, it's going to show you the New Testament. You don't know about that because you've taken the people's book who took over these people. You won't go get their story.
I'm
You
getting
gotta go. You gotta go
I'm
back to the source
getting
and get their story.
a
You're getting
piece
the New
of paper.
Testament.
I got a pen. I need a piece of paper. Hold on.
He gotta go take my foot out his ass.
You going in?
yeah, now he don't understand that when they talk about the word virgin, that in Hebrew it don't mean the same thing that they translated for them to use in their own language.
He don't
All
know
right.
nothing about that.
So
I
they
got,
thinking she's this virgin that have immaculate conception and she just got pregnant with Jesus without having sex because they don't understand what the word means in Hebrew.
last time I had a child, I had to put a dick in her bitch. So I don't know.
Huh?
Uh,
So that's yeah. You
I
be
mean,
messing with them. You be
still,
messing with them bitches,
all right,
huh? So look. It's the Babylonian Talmud. Ba-
Babylonian.
Babylonian Talmud.
How you spell that?
Talmud. UB. It's Talmud. That this is going to give you the narrative from the Jew standpoint about the New Testament. You're reading the New Testament or what happened to the Jews after they got their shit taken from them, after they got, thrashed. You're reading that from their enemy, which is dumb. If you respect the people, right? If you really believe this book is true and you respect those people in the Old Testament and you know that there was no Romans around the time they were building that story, then it would be common sense for you to go back and get their version of what happened to them instead of their enemy. That's
What
just common sense. I
book?
I looked at it because it was just respect for them. I didn't even believe it. It wasn't my faith. I didn't believe in Judaism. I just said like, oh shit, the people who developed Judaism and the Judaic God is where I got my Christianity from. I didn't believe that. I was a Christian, right? I just wanted to know my ancestors because spiritually, people in Judea or in Judaism who had Judaic scriptures would be my ancestors if I'm a believer and a follower of Christ. That's why I went back to look at it. And come to find out, it don't say the same thing that they're saying in the New Testament. And you can do this as a believer because you can keep your God and go find out what happened to those people. They never said Jesus was born from a virgin. She wasn't somebody who didn't sleep with a man. A man violated her. So where did we get this story if Luke said he did an investigation? Mark is copying off of another person. Matthew is copying another person. Revelation is piggybacking off of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. How did we get somebody who said
Hey, what's that? What's
that this
that
that
Goody
this
Mob song? Someone creeping through my window.
that's what he did. And look, he did it at night. When you read this, look, read the Babylonian Talmud. It's going to show you that this dude violated Mary. And what he did was he waited until it was dark. He went in there and he pretended like he was her husband. And that was her story. She still could have been having an affair. And that's how fair these people were. This shows you historical record dynamic. I want you personally to pay attention to this. This shows
Hold
you
on,
historical.
before you
Yeah,
start, I just want to let the 15 people in the chat know that what he's about to tell y'all is what we talk about when we're not on TikTok. Go ahead, Mo.
facts. When it comes to people documenting things in history, right? We understand belief, we understand academics, and we understand just things happening on the earth that people may have not discovered, right? But when you find this information and you speak about it and you want to document it, there's ways where someone would be convinced. When you read the Bible and you read the New Testament of what happened to these Jews, you hear a perfect story. It is so perfect. That's what raises red flags for people who know about how humans record history. We know if you write a story about Spider-Man, it's going to have
Red
a
flag in the world. It's the biggest red flag in the world. If something is perfect, it ain't right.
okay. So how does it looks like a TV show? It ends perfectly. It begins in a way where it's building up. You can see someone building the story. When you deal with the listen, when you deal with the Babylonian Talmud, right? Jesus is born from a woman who was violated. Now, when she told them that she was violated, they knew, well, this woman could be lying. This could be a lie. This shows you that this is a regular human being who is important, and people trusted them to write down this account. They wrote down the claim of this woman. They're like, you know what? They could have been having an affair because this don't sound right. He just crept in your house. You knew your husband was gone, and he went in there, and you thought your husband had came back home early, so you slept with this dude in the dark, and you didn't even know who he was.
You knew
They
she
said she they said
Not
she
only
could be
that,
lying.
not only
So
that,
look, they wrote the story showing you that this woman could be lying, that the Roman guard could be telling the truth, but they never told you the one thing that's in your story, that her son was God. They left that part out. And these are the Jews.
that's what's up. You mentioned three books, and I got one name so far. So what's the other two?
No, I mentioned the language. You already got the Old Testament in English. I just want you to get it in Hebrew and Aramaic, and then for the New Testament, I want you to get the Babylonian Talmud, and then it's all going to make sense to you.
All right. So
They
Hebrew.
the old because look when you read the Hebrew, you're going to learn of the words that are used in the Old Testament for someone who has not laid with somebody else. If you're a virgin, it's going to use a certain word.
I
When
got
you
it
get to
right
the
here.
yeah,
I got
it
it.
should be
Let me
it should
read. Can I
be
read it real quick?
yeah, it's going to be Bathula or
Yeah.
Alma, right?
So the Hebrew word for virgin is bathula and cannot be found anywhere in the original Hebrew text, meaning that the original writer did not intend for it to be read as virgin, but as a young girl.
See, they didn't use the word that you used for virgin. That's why I wanted you to get the Hebrew or the Aramaic text because you can go look up how to say that in those languages. When you get to the New Testament, if you try to use those words, it's not going to work. They don't translate right.
But that,
Someone someone put in there that this woman was a virgin and that God was going to be born through a woman and walk the earth and then get killed.
but that. How does that not say that? How does that stop the fact that he that who he
You
was?
cutting out. You got to say that again.
Oh, how does that stop him from being who he was, regardless? Like,
The word, if you
no, no.
believe that,
I mean, the fact that we knew he got fucked. I mean, there's no way that she did not get impregnated by a person because you can't just magically make somebody do that. I mean, there are animals that do that, and I get it, but humans aren't the type to do it. She
to
had
do
to have
what?
been pegged
To
somehow.
violate somebody?
She had to have been pegged. And
Listen
so
to what
we
I'm
knew
telling
she
you. Listen,
got
listen, hold on, because I
fucked.
think you confused. Hold on, let me. I think you confused. Her family are the her family is telling a story. Do you understand that part? When you see the Babylonian Talmud, you're looking at Mary's family. Those are her people.
I
Her
get,
people are telling a story.
I
You're
get.
listening to you're listening to the Romans. That's the guy who violated her. That don't make, that doesn't make sense. Why would you listen to the guy who doesn't want people to know that he raped?
You think I actually like? I read the scripture, and it said a virgin was pregnant. I was like, virgin my ass. If that's his wife, and it said his wife prior, this bitch done been fucked by somebody. I'm good. Like I ain't worried about it. I ain't hung up on it. It ain't something that's got me constrained. I'm like simple. I have made children. I know how it works. Very simple. Very damn simple.
Hey man, I hope you don't believe that shit. But when you read this Babylonian Talmud, you're gonna see what these Jews said about this guy, and this is from you're going back before the Gospels.
Hey man, if
They wrote this. Listen, they wrote this before the Gospels, and they're telling you what happened. Nobody believes them
I
because they got overthrown. Who's gonna go to a place where there's a bunch of people who just got their ass kicked and go, "Hey, what happened?" They only doing business with the rulers. Ain't nobody going in there like, "Hey, Jews, look
nobody
what just
cares
happened to
who
you."
lost the war. Nobody cares. That's the same way with everything. Nobody cares who lost the war. I'm like interesting fact.
Well, you don't because you don't study history. When you study history, who won a war is very important because that tells you to go back and listen to the person who lost.
Yeah,
You don't listen
that's
to
funny
never
you say I
listen
don't
when you
study
study
history
history.
pretty
When you
strongly.
study
I've
history, you never listen to the person
never
who
listened
won the
to
war.
the winner's a liar. The
No, no, no,
winner
no, 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 no,
only
no.
knows.
Hold, wait. No, no. The winner's not always a liar. I'm saying you never just listen to the person who won. You also find out what happened from the people who lost standpoint, and then if anybody else knows about it, you research what they said as well. Anybody who knows about it, you want to hear the whole story. There's
Ask them
people watching. There's people watching.
their
There's
deal.
people on the offense. People on defense, and
Yeah,
you got to listen to everybody's angle. But hold on, I got to come down. Suit and bring Kenya up. I gotta finish recording this shit.
All right.
hmm
Stay in that casket dynamic.
I got
Don't
it.
move.
Hey, man, hit me up. Yeah,
Peace, goddess.
Hey, I tried to gift you, but it wouldn't let me gift you.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you for the thought.
So what are we talking about?
We've been all over the
Um,
place.
Mo was talking. Yeah.
Um,
I was talking about the Gabriel stone.
Oh,
you
what did
look
we
like
find out?
fuck up.
Who, me?
What I
Yeah,
found out is that
you look so tired.
I always look tired. It's hard being black. A black woman in America.
period.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's hard being in America. You got to work so damn much to get your shit done. And you get home, you got to draw your kid. And then when you're done doing your home shit, you realize the kid really ain't ready to go to sleep. And you got to deal with that. And then it's spring break. So oh, shit, man, it never ends. Parenthood, life sucks sometimes.
Mm. So, um,
He was talking about the Gabriel stone that they found. That's
The,
the
Oh.
case with the
yeah, the
chest piece.
Gabriel stone or the Gabriel inscription. And on the stone, it talks that about three, it could be three different people that they accredited to. And the one of the people that they suggest that it is a guy named Simon of Perea. And the inscription is talking about certain
Right.
attributes that they accredit to Jesus, but it's before Jesus's timeline. So what they did was they took these stories and then they just put them in the story of Jesus, and it had nothing to do with him in the first place.
Mm.
The
What
resurrection,
language?
the battle of Armageddon. Say that again.
What language was it written in?
It's an old version of what they call Hebrew.
I don't know how to feel about that because they've been known to be caught up in forging history so many times.
Now this
So
ain't
I'm
been
not 100.
forged. All the scholars say that this inscription is authentic.
Okay, I'm gonna get on it then so I can study it.
Yeah. Let's check it out. She got an open mind, so that's good.
What are the key factors that they're bringing up in this text?
That the story of Jesus comes from this Gabriel stone.
Does it?
Like his the main points, the crucifixion, the resurrection, this battle between good and evil, Jesus being from the lineage of King David and Joseph, all of that comes from this Gabriel inscription.
Hmm. I personally adhere to Comedicism, ancient Egypt theology, so I don't know what to say personally. Kenya, what do you think?
I'm tired of Jesus.
Spit your facts. Come on, I'm gonna feed off of you. I'm gonna go after you.
Yeah, I'm tired of Jesus.
We
I won't. Um.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
It's something totally different than everything. What do
Hmm.
y'all think about the overall ocean rise rate 2 inches for you? What do y'all think about that?
You said the ocean rising 2 inches in 4 years.
Yeah.
Um. I mean, the Earth will heal itself. I'll remove the cancer from the Earth.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about it.
I ain't worried about it either. I mean, we're the cancer, so that's the problem. But
I'm not. I'm not a cancer.
all right, there you go. You got
yeah,
it.
if all the polar caps melted on this Earth, then the ocean level will only rise past the height of the Statue of Liberty. So
Only.
that lets you know that there was not a biblical flood.
We 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 are well aware of that. Uh, well aware of that. We've been through that in the previous one, bro. It's good that you're back around, Kubu. I didn't know you got a new name.
Oh, it's the same name. I added the name that people keep mispronouncing as Pharaoh.
Oh,
Can I
They're
ask a
like
question?
Pharaoh. No, don't. Go ahead.
It's off topic. Um.
I do like
So, um, what is your name? Dynamic. Do you ever like sit sit down with your like white homeboys and say, you know what, we should get together and try to help our black brothers and sisters out?
I did that actually. As a matter of fact, I, you're talking to the wrong one on that one. I grew up
I'm
in
just
Georgia.
asking. I mean, I'm just trying to see what type of involvement that you're having on the. It has been going on since we were
Yeah.
brought here. I just
So
want
in
to see
Georgia,
how the other half or the other side thinks.
I sat down with them, orchestrated multiple cookouts and ways to make fundraisers. Like we would sell plates of meat to people who came by and bought it, and donate the money to all of the funds that the people in that neighborhood needed. And they would become by their money, so they didn't want to help because, like Foreign was saying earlier, and what she said kind of hit home, and I didn't understand it, but it made sense. You know, they didn't want the help, and it's like we raised money, bought blow up houses, and did all this shit to help kids, and y'all don't want no help.
I mean,
We put
other help that
boys.
could be done. I mean, like that's like not to down what you did. I mean, at least you did something. But I mean, I need y'all to get like together and talk to the government. I
I
mean,
now see
y'all have a bigger voice than we do.
we put
Um, get the doors open at least.
uh, there was about 180 of us that petitioned for a guy to get let out of jail, and it didn't matter. Nobody cared, but he did it, and he actually got let out because of our petition about 2 weeks later, and he didn't even care. It was one of those things where it's like, well, that's what you should have done. He didn't. He wasn't like, thank you. He was like, that's what you should have done. It's like, well, that's cool. But now that you're out, can you come to this fundraiser we want to do to help make sure that all these other kids are getting food when they get out of school? Like, can you come do that? And they would do it. And I was part of a church at that time. It, 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 it was growing up in Georgia, right outside the projects, and everything you deal with is just aggressive. It's like my skin color was the wrong fucking tone to talk to them about getting them help. That's all it was. And all we wanted to do was help people.
Well, I'm gonna help y'all out. I'm gonna start a little group for the less melanated, so we could try to get something going where y'all can have a bigger voice. So you can help right some of the wrongs that your ancestors did.
I wasn't my ancestors, honey, but that's cool. I appreciate that.
I mean, somewhere down the line, it probably was one of your ancestors. Probably did something.
There you go.
Just don't fight it. Just accept it.
I'll take.
Oh, my
I'll take.
stupid.
You have no idea what I'm into. We're good.
No, 1 second. Dynamic. You have to at least acknowledge there's a strong possibility that your ancestors contribute to what we were talking about earlier.
Actually, no, my family came here in 1898.
Yeah, but the slaves went all over the world, though.
Hey, there might have been somebody in that motherfucking shit that might have been in that clusterfuck. You know what? Same thing, y'all. And it ain't. I mean, got to think about it. It ain't just people that were on this continent.
Did your family get land when they came here?
No, hell no. Hell no. I am poor as fuck. Like, no. Far from yes. We are so far from yes. I am sitting and looking for any land. No, no.
So where did your family come from?
Ireland.
Okay, so you can drink, huh?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still drinking. It's almost 4 a.m. So put it there.
Yeah, they didn't like the Irish people.
No, no, they don't. They didn't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, they weren't a big fan of Kennedy.
Yeah,
No,
they
But they,
degraded them by calling them. They
nothing
called them dark skinned
right
black
about me living.
as a way to degrade them.
But there was Black Irish though.
Yes, ma'am, I did. As a matter of fact, that's why I love my black women.
but there was also a period of time where the people in power here accepted them after a certain amount of time, saying that they look like
Yeah,
the
that's
white
true.
people.
That's because they needed more members.
Exactly.
Just like the Italians, they didn't used to like the Italians.
Hmm.
Don't nobody, don't, a lot of people discredit a lot of that. And it's funny because you got to remember my last name's Quinn. So I got the first surname given to an Irish ever. And second, on that fact, it's like, man, fucked up to think that I would ever enslave a person or that my family ever did. When my family came down, I'm gonna say it
But
again.
your family probably didn't enslave, but they were one of some of the first police officers in New York.
No, hell no, they weren't. Not mine.
Your
Not
people
mine.
were. Your people, the Irish people,
My people, but
were some of the first
my
police
family,
officers.
my family, my great granddad came down. And y'all gonna think it's unrealistic, but listen, my dad was
I'm
born
ta- I'm ta-
in
I'm
Georgia,
talking about the people from your land.
but you can't say
See,
it.
we don't get to do that. We don't like when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. People are looking at us like, oh, look how black people act. But when it comes to a certain other group of people, they get to differentiate like
Yeah,
who they are. Oh no, that's not my people because my family's from somewhere else. They don't do that for us.
Hold up,
You see how they look
hold up,
look how
hold.
look how black people act. You see
Eh,
that?
you don't get that.
We can't be like, oh, Will Smith's not my family. Will Smith's not my family, so it don't count for me.
My dog
We don't get to do that.
slapped him. I just said "ant" too loud. My dog act like I slapped him. I'm sorry, but listen. Here's how it goes. On that one with the Will Smith thing, when I saw that, I saw a guy coming up pissed off about something else, doing
no,
something that shouldn't have done. I ain't got. I didn't even see that as race. I don't see race, man.
I
That's
saw race. I saw it as um I knew it was fake, but I knew that it would make people think that's how black people are. If Will Smith can go around and do it, then all of them can do it.
no, no. Fuck that. Fuck that. You know what? Fucking. I think it was 4.5 years ago. Shit, I can't remember exactly. It might have been 5.5. I walked up to a dude and I was like, "Man, why the fuck you being funny?" And he said something out the way, and I slapped him. And I'm a white dude slapping a white person. Now I wasn't at the Oscars, but I opened and slapped him to let him know he was just a bitch.
Yeah, but it's things are looked at
Okay, but the
differently.
standard the standard from a white guy slapping another white guy on TV is not the same standard in the European eyes
I,
of a black guy slapping a black guy on TV.
right right now, all the white people I know seen that shit and was like, don't slap Chris Rock like that. That's fucked up. You know what I mean? That's all they said. That's all it was. Because he's a good
It's
comedian.
fake.
All he made was the offside joke. He didn't even make a foul joke.
So here's another
He
thing.
disrespected. He disrespected a black man's wife,
Who did?
Chris
Chris
Rock.
Rock? I mean, first of all, that's what Chris Rock does. He's a roaster. They know that the Oscars hired him to do a job. He always messing with her anyway. She's sitting in the front row and looking like the Oscar. Um, and I mean, come on
If I
now.
was sitting
Everybody knows
front
not to
row
sit in
at a
the,
comedy
everybody knows not
show
to sit
His
in the
with
front
my
row at a
wife,
comedy show.
his
and someone, if I was sitting at a comedy show with my wife, and
And
the
it wasn't even
dude
that
who's
bad.
doing the comedy said something disrespectful to my wife, I'm gonna get up. I might not hit him, but I'm gonna say some disrespectful shit back. And
Yeah,
if he
yeah.
says some disrespectful shit back to me,
I
I'm going on
agree.
stage and I'm gonna beat his fucking ass.
oh,
Then I agree. But well, he shouldn't have did, even though it was fake. Because I mean, old dude bent in for his slap, and it looked so weak. Um,
I got a thing though. I got a
yeah,
thing.
but I
Jesse,
mean,
I agree with you, Jesse.
yeah, don't put your hands on no one. That's
I
not
got
what we do.
I got a thing to say.
No,
It, it,
Will Smith
it,
did what he was supposed to do as a married black man, protect
no,
your black wife.
no, no,
For
no,
words,
no,
and
no.
all he said was
You
that
cannot listen.
all,
Listen,
all he said
dynamic.
was GI Jane
You
too.
cannot you cannot say no, no, no because you're not black. You're not a black man.
All he could say,
The most disrespected person here in America is the black female. And you can't sit here and tell me, no, 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 you're not a black man. You're not married to a black woman as a black man. I'm married to a black woman, and I'm telling you, she's the most disrespected.
I'm telling
So
you,
I
Will
am a
Smith
I
black
had
did.
woman, but I'm a
he
black
had
woman, and
every
there's a
single
time and
right.
place for everything. And and I mean, putting your hands on someone for saying GI Jane too, it's not like he called her a
But
bitch or
he,
nothing.
but everybody knows that she has a disease. She loses her hair.
That's
He
because she
didn't even have
abused
to
her
say.
hair in the industry. It's kind of self-inflicted because she allowed them to abuse her hair.
But still, she has. If Jada Pinkett Smith would have been white,
You fucking.
and Chris Rock said that about her, they would have blew him up all over the place because he's talking about somebody with a disease.
I'm about to tear you down on this one. When I get a chance, I'll say it's okay. Let me know.
Go ahead.
I so she be fucking other people and they get an open marriage, but look,
That has nothing to
I,
do with her disease.
all
It's
right,
not a disease, though. I mean,
no,
Her,
it
her
is.
having sex with other people has nothing to do with her condition.
let me ask
Okay,
you a question.
condition better.
As a man, as a fucking man, how okay are you with her having a TV show in the house you pay for, having a guy come up and they talk
Y'all
about
make it seem like Jada Pinkett ain't got her own money.
I ain't talking about that. This is his
But
house.
you just said as a
Rated
man for
as
a
her
house,
handler.
she's sitting in the house. She's
I
sitting
don't
in the
give
house,
a
and
fuck
you as a
about
man as the
who's got
house that he paid for.
he
How do
got
we know Will Smith paid for the house? She could have paid for the house.
listen, men get demons for the reason they get them. And the
See,
devil don't.
I don't believe
The
in none of that.
devil,
So
hey,
that's
you
you.
don't get
You're taking it. You're taking
when you
it
do
to the
right.
spiritual world. I don't care what happened in their relationship with her stepping out or them having like
Swingers.
extra lovers in there. That's their relationship. That
It
had
wasn't
nothing to do with Will
even
Smith
a
slapping
bad
this man.
joke.
He made a
Chris
joke
Rock was
about a
doing.
disease that she
He
has.
was doing his
He
fucking
is a
job.
roaster, and he is at work. I mean, they hired him for a reason. That's what Chris Rock does, and it wasn't even that serious. I
Yeah,
mean, like, are we fighting
right.
over little
To
words like
her
that?
husband, to to her husband, it was serious.
He
No, it
laughed.
wasn't.
He
I
laughed.
can't
He
tell
He
her.
laughed.
laughed.
Listen, I can't. Okay, I would have laughed too because it was funny at the time, but that don't mean I still wouldn't have got up and
No,
smacked the
I
shit
wouldn't
out
have.
this man
I
for
mean, I
making
would
fun
have.
of my wife for having alopecia.
He laughed, and until he
I'm
saw
like,
her
oh
face.
yeah, it's yeah, you got jokes.
No, it was a
Yeah, it's
pretty
real
good
funny. It's
laugh.
cute. I
No, it was a
got
pretty
you.
good. No, it wasn't
I
like that. It
know.
was a pretty good laugh.
There was a
He
good
didn't even
scene
think it was that
that
serious, but because he saw her face, that's
for
why he
her
went
to
and did it.
go over to him and say, "Why don't you go out there and slap the fuck out of him?" And so
No,
that's
she
why I
didn't say
think
nothing. He looked at his wife's face and he saw she was hurt by the joke. So as a
no,
husband,
no,
She
he
was
went and
disgusted by
protected.
it.
He got up. He got up and protected his queen. That's
no.
his job.
Protect
That
her from
queen,
some words.
that ain't his queen. She ain't even his first choice.
Look,
Like,
you cannot listen. You can't keep saying that's not his queen. He married her. That's his queen.
It wasn't his first choice,
Just
though.
because you don't like, just because you don't like the fact that because she dragged him through social media because she was messing with her
Her
son's
son
friend has nothing to
Rose,
do with that
she was
not being his
grooming
queen.
him.
yep, grooming him. That's grooming 100%.
I mean, her
Don't
husband's
know about
gay.
it, and it's fine. But he ain't. He ain't. It ain't what you think it is, man.
But you're not allowed to say nothing, white man. This is between us. You can listen, but you
It
have to sit
doesn't.
there quietly.
It doesn't. It doesn't
Well,
matter.
At least I
Think
ain't
it
wrong.
is. What I'm telling you is he got up and
Hey,
he
I
defended
just
his
picked it.
wife.
okay. So I want to add because I agree with Kufu because listen, no matter what, anybody can disagree with what he did, but he did what he wanted to do in reaction to what was placed in front of him. We all have choices. Like for me, I don't slap a couple people. I don't pull up on a couple people because I believe that words don't hold no value to certain people. There's so much footage out there of him talking crap about Jada over the years. And whether people want to admit that she has alopecia, and it does, I'm a cosmetologist. Alopecia does affect women on a high level and men. So I've experienced clients coming in to me to figure out what they're gonna do because they go on ball and they crying and they feel like they're less of a woman. So perception is everything. Even though it is not a value to you or nothing you want to fight about, that's
I mean,
neither here or there.
like I went through chemo and lost all my hair. My hair is growing back now, so I've
Right, but
been
it
through
affects
that.
people differently. I'm not taking from what your experience was, but it affects people differently, and people will react according to how they feel, and that's what happened.
I
Whether
mean,
we
she has
agree
enough
with it or
money to
not,
buy her wig. Obviously, she was confident in what she was rocking.
she wasn't. She was talking about it on her social media, saying that, well, I don't like this, but this is what I'm gonna have to do, and I'm gonna just rock my bald hair. It was a whole
She
thing
looked
she
like the
talked about.
Oscars. She looked exactly like the award they gave out. It was like a ritual.
It was. I mean,
Oh,
oh, I'm a white dude. I ain't supposed to talk.
yeah, up.
White guy gotta shut up, right?
No, don't shut up. Just listen.
I'm listening.
I'm waiting.
You know, I like that dominant characteristic you got there. That's
Mm.
pretty nice.
Weak.
No.
Can you?
You can say no all you want. I'll have you say yes later. It's all good.
Sorry. I think
Look,
there's enough.
her messing with Chris from Chris Cross has nothing to do with the reason why she got Will to get up there and defend
She's a
her.
pedophile.
I don't care. I don't care about their extramarital affairs. He made a joke about her, and she has
He
a
called her
disease.
G.I. Jane. I'm pretty sure over the years he have said worse than that. I mean, like,
It's like you guys keep using the fact that she was
I,
stepping out on Will as
I
being
don't care about that. I'm just
her
like,
being
I'm just like, how
justified
sensitive
for
are
him
we?
saying the joke.
How sensitive are we? I mean, she's in the public eye. She has to expect criticism as well as
Can the
um.
white can the white guy say
She at
something?
an awards show to enjoy herself. It's not like she's at a comedy
Knowing how
club.
Chris Rock
We all
is,
know if I go to a comedy club and I'm sitting in the front row, I'm expected to get roasted on.
yes.
She's at the Oscars.
What the Chris
So
Rock is the host.
hold on, listen. When you're at the Oscars, they go through a walkthrough, so he has to do his acts, right? Before
Chris
they
Rock is
even
not
go that
classy.
night. So he's getting his jokes prepared. So he's telling people his jokes to make sure which jokes is funny and which jokes ain't funny. So he knows which jokes to use and what not to use.
I'm pretty.
I'm
He's
not
such a
buying that he just
seasoned
got up there
seasoned
and he just
comedian. He
threw
don't
this
do that
joke out.
anymore. He's a seasoned comedian. He don't do that.
I
He
used
tests
to
out his
be a
jokes probably.
comedian, so I know when you go through your
That's
stuff,
a beginner
you
comedian. He is a
When,
seasoned comedian.
when you can just go
no, he just
your
Chris Rock just
shit,
famous.
you'll be at the Oscars
That's all
up
it is.
again. You got
He was
And
on Saturday Night Live.
I'm telling
He did
you,
a lot.
stand up comedians. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the game. When you do your performance, you take out what works and what doesn't work.
But I'm pretty sure he knows how to do that without even asking
and
anyone. He
No,
it
done
no,
ain't
no,
did it
no,
for
no,
so
no.
work.
long.
They do it. They do it. Comedians do it with each other.
I,
Oh.
They
but
get in front of other comedians and they go through their material and they take out what work and what don't work. So if he said
Mhm.
this joke, somebody would have known about it.
Kufu, Kufu, what would you do if you saw a guy walking up to you after you said a joke? Would you let him walk up and slap you, or would you let the fucking show go?
Listen, they on national television. You make it seem like Chris Rock knew he was walking up to smack
He
him.
did. He
But
leaned
you
forward.
know, do you know
That was
what
all
Steve
staged.
said about it? Do you know what Steve said about it? Let's go to what Steve said. Steve said if you walk up to any of the kings of comedy, and that's Queens
I
included,
don't care what Steve Harvey say, because Steve Harvey got a lot of females messed up in their relationship by telling them that they need to sit there and let the man wait 90 days before she has sex with him when he took his wife that he's married now from a drug dealer. He didn't wait. He fucked her on the first day. So
was
why
like,
is anybody listening to what Steve Harvey has to say?
I was asking, would what would you think would happen if you walked up on the stage on that?
But
You
you said
get
because
your
Steve
ass
Harvey
back.
said, and I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck what Steve Harvey says because Steve Harvey has been giving females bad information by writing a book telling them shit that he shouldn't be telling them because
I'm
that's not
saying,
how he got
I'm
his wife.
saying,
They should have waited more than 90 days.
Oh,
yeah, he
God.
should have waited.
Don't be giving up. Yeah, don't be giving up that cow for free.
If a female wants to be with a dude and she makes him wait 90 days in this day and age, and he's not finna wait 90 days unless
Why?
she like the
Wait,
baddest
Well,
chick on
whoever
the
I get
planet.
with's gonna have to understand I'm never having sex.
why?
Well, you just
Why
gonna
he
you
gotta?
just gonna be single forever then. Like,
Ain't no waiting. We all grown adults in this thing, right? Nobody's no, ain't no.
she gonna waste his time and he gonna be wasting her time. She gonna make this man wait 90 days, and then when he smash and she don't like it, oh, she's gonna be like, cause she's gonna be the one. Well, you know what? Yeah, I don't like it. You're a
Good
little too
Lord.
small for me, buddy. So now he upset. So now he gonna drag her name throughout the mud
No,
Oh,
no, ain't
instead
no.
of them waiting 3 or 4 weeks getting it over with. Then she be like, yeah, I'm not feeling this. You got
I
a
mean,
nice
but after
personality and a
90
cute
days, you
smile,
should like
but I don't
them.
think
You
this
should
is
like them
going
more for
anywhere.
than their penis. That's not why you get in a relationship. Is for the private part. I hope that's not why
Some
No,
females ain't like that in this day and age.
you
ain't
get with them for their money,
tell you.
not the private part. The
Will
money.
Smith looked like a female on stage. He looked like a female.
No, you can't say they get with them for the money because there's a lot of females in the hood right now that got with these no good ass dudes. And then it's like, oh, there's
Will
no
Smith
good
looked
dudes
like
out there
a
where you keep
female on
picking these
stage.
no good ass dudes.
Yeah, well, I was playing. I didn't really mean that. But
And then the
you get what
dudes, the no good ass dudes, is taking advantage of the females that really want to be with them. They know they gonna treat the female like shit. They know they ain't. If they get her pregnant, they not gonna take care of the kid. They not gonna help them take care of the kid because the previous chick that they was with, he got her pregnant and didn't take care of that kid.
facts. I
You,
mean, that didn't happen to me, but
you crazy. Half the chicks don't even want you to help take care of them. You know,
you just gotta
You
they
put
lied.
it.
You
that.
lied.
And then when you get a woman that wants
I grew up
that
in a
shit,
house where it was 4 females, and all my sisters wanted help from the baby daddy to help take care of the kid.
For
I
real.
fuck truth. I'm just saying, it ain't a black problem. It ain't a white problem. It's a people problem. That when a father wants to be there, but all of a sudden after the child's had, the woman has like this whole different agenda, and she's like, "You're not a part of it." When she cuts you out, I've had it happen to me twice.
Then you go to court.
Get a choice in that part.
Did
You
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 go
go
to
to
don't.
court?
court.
Yeah, court don't do shit for a man, honey. It
I
Now,
mean,
don't.
they'll give you
did you
visitation.
go? Well, hold on. Did you go though?
Oh, I do
Hold
everything I
on.
can. I pay. I go.
When you say she cut you out, what do you mean? She cut you out of the child's life?
oh, 100%
Because I've
for
noticed when
eight
a
years.
female, when the baby mother cuts the father out of the child's life, it's because the father is not meeting the expectations that he should be as a father taking care of the child.
No,
So she just say, well, if you're gonna be a deadbeat dad anyway, then I might as well not even let you see your child
no, you
because he
see,
has
that's
high
where
hopes, and
you
then
got
you
a
keep
fucked up
letting him down.
stereotype, and now you're being biased, and that's a problem because that's a fucked up stereotype. Because I was trying to be there, I was calling, I was doing everything I needed to do, and I was trying to be there. I even came down and visited him, and she was a complete bitch about it. She was,
Did you tell her that?
yeah, and then and then, you can guarantee 100% the police were called when I was telling her shit.
No, you should have never called her a bitch because she could have lost her life having your kids.
Well, you know what? That's her risk. It wasn't
No,
mine, and
no.
I
I mean, you
lost
had
my
to play in it
heaven.
too.
See,
I lost my
the way
heaven.
you talk,
I'm
it
like,
makes it seem like you're not being 100% with us.
No.
When you're talking to your baby mother, you can't be disrespectful to your baby mother and think you about to see your child. That's not how life works. I can't pick up the phone, call my wife, if we break up, and call her all type of disgusting words, and then say, "By the way, drop my son off at 5 o'clock." That ain't
I
gonna happen.
didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I was living 2,800 miles away. I had to fly. I was nice. I was very, very easy to deal with. And I get there, and she wants me to go deal with all of his issues at school. And I'm like, I'm cool. I got
Oh,
it. And she was blown away. And so I went in there and talked to the
I
teachers,
mean, you look like you talk mad shit.
and I talked to
That's
him.
what I'm saying.
Oh,
He
he
just
was
said
like,
he said when he got there, they got into it and the police was called. Now he's father of the year. I don't understand it.
No, no, motherfucker. The police were called.
motherfucker.
The
yo, let your man
police were
see,
called.
look,
don't tell
look.
him that he's don't
If you
disrespect
say
him.
one thing
That's
he don't
God
like,
too.
he goes in. So how are we supposed to know that you father of the year when the slightest thing irritates you and you get out of
I ain't
character?
father
I'm not
year.
buying it.
Ain't no father
I'm not
year.
buying it.
But listen, when the police were called was because I rolled up in there after talking to the teachers, and he was saying, "Well, I ain't got this and I ain't got that," to the teachers, and the teachers coming to me like, "Well," and I understood why she had me go to that appointment because she wanted me to be accountable for it, and I was like, "Well, that's fine. I'm good with it. If he needs a good backpack, if he needs a binder, if he needs this, I got it." So when I showed up there, I
But
didn't
you
have
should
to
already
show
know
up
he
having
needs it.
child
That's
support.
what I'm saying. You're
When you
his
knew school was
father.
starting,
So
you
when
should
you
have said,
calling the
"Where's the school
child,
supply
you
list?"
should be asking him, hey, are you good on school? You need new shoes? You need a new backpack? You got everything you need
What
for
I
school?
do, that's what I do. I take care of my kids, man. I don't think you understand, but
Where
that's fine.
you're
That's
2,800
fine.
miles away, right?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Where you? How many miles are you now?
Now I'm only 400 miles away. Joking. I'm 137 miles, and I've been down there four
So you
times.
got like this guy in the comments talking about that's the mother's responsibility once child support is being paid. You guys do realize child support ain't really shit.
And that's just for the payment. You still
And
got to spend time with your kid.
a single parent household, child support ain't about to do shit. Let's keep it all the way 100. If you can barely
I got,
survive,
hey,
if a parent can,
you
if a
got me.
person can barely survive on a single income, what makes you think child support is going to help with everything that the child needs? If she's going to work and she got other kids she has to worry about.
No, she ain't got other kids. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I got
Oh,
50%
you got three
custody.
kids. You got enough child support. No, that ain't how life works.
I got 50% custody, and I don't ever get custody of him. And
Well, then
she
you need
won't
to go to
let
court
him.
and say that she violated the agreement.
Yeah, and I did that. And you know, what they said?
Mm-mm.
What happened?
Guess what they said?
What did they say?
He's with her mother. And I'm doing this like look around thing with my head. You can't
Well,
see.
just ask her to take you off of it. You know that's an option now. Like, yeah, I don't want him on child support no more. Take him off.
Well, I did a thing, and I told her, "I'll send you money you need when you need it, and we're cutting off child support."
No, see, you can't be like, oh, I send you money when you need it. Call your son. I'm like, hey, you got everything you need. If you got an extra money on on your paycheck,
I, I,
call. Be like, hey, do you need anything?
I ain't even worried about that. I ain't even worried about that. She
Oh,
got a
good.
baby daddy now. She got a baby by
Oh,
another man.
she got a new man to take care of him now, huh?
Oh, wow. Dismissive. You know,
And
let me. I'm gonna say
See,
this.
it's like
I'm
the
gonna
more.
say this. I'm
he
gonna say
won't.
this for the men that are on here listening. Y'all can get custody of these kids. I have a handful of single male friends that take care of their kids 100% of the time, and because they proven that the mothers were not fit or whatever. But so it's not on like in the back in the day. Yes, I understand what y'all saying, but do not go and fight for your kids. You hear
Right,
me? 'Cause you
right.
get partial custody. You won't even have to pay all that child support if you
That's
go
right.
and fight and get a lawyer. Don't give up.
Right. I can even get back pay if I got it now because I ain't ever got him 50% of the time. My thing is,
Back
if
pay.
He's
my
still
thing
paying because he
is,
owes. He
I'm
telling
dead
himself. He telling
serious. Call
himself.
his son. Why would you call the mother if the son needs extra money to help pay for stuff? Because if you send the money to the mom, the son's not going to get it. I
How old
know
is the
from
son?
personal
he
experience
never,
with my father. My father had to pay child support for my older brother, and my brother was not getting the child support. They were taking money out of my dad's check, and my dad was also in. He was calling my brother's mom and giving her extra money to pay for my brother's stuff. And my brother, when he came in, when he met my dad, he had a vendetta against my dad because he said my dad wasn't paying for shit. So my dad had to keep all of his paycheck stubs to show my older brother that he was paying for him, and his mama wasn't giving him the money. And they
See,
ended
that's
up getting
bullshit.
into a fight
They're supposed to get the money.
because of it.
And
Say
you
that
know,
again.
I
let me
said they're
tell you
supposed to
what.
get the money.
No, he didn't get the money because the mama was spending it.
Oh, the mom is
She was
supposed to give
spending it
her the
on
money.
the mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the mom was spending the money on her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hey,
Oh, boyfriend.
that's
It
what
happens a
I'm
lot,
dealing
girl.
with. I'm sending child support. She called me. She hits my wife up, and she be like, "Hey, you know, we need some money," and so we send it, and that's what it is. But it's my oldest boy. He my namesake, and I'm gonna tell you, man, I ain't sending another dollar to that bitch. Like I done made my,
Like, see, it's like
I will send him money if he needs child support. I will send him money.
Get
I
him
just
a
need
cash
my,
app.
and it's
that's what
simple.
I'm
I
saying.
don't care
Like
if you
I'm
need
not.
money.
I'm not. If the son, if the child is of age and they have Cash App on their phone, you can send extra money if they need it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming the dude because the mom's a dick. What I'm
I,
saying is both parents'
I,
responsibility
I
to better the child.
both his parents are pieces of shit. I mean, his fucking dad is a colossal asshole. And
That's
well,
you,
I'm
right?
talking about myself. I'm sorry,
Okay.
but uh, my thing is that I really love him, and he is my boy through and through, and I care about him, so I don't mind sending money. And I had this hang up where it's like it's really hard to send the money now because every government authority has said that there's no point in it happening because she's remarried and moved on. You know,
What?
I
Does it
don't
have to
But
see
do?
what
What does it
that's your
have to do with
son.
your child?
I don't know. He wants to come up here. He wants to be with me.
Oh well, then how old
You
is
want
he?
him to be with you?
He's 14 now.
Do you drink every day?
Do I drink every day?
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't lie.
Oh, fuck. I mean, if
Yeah.
it, why? Yeah.
You can't drink every day
Why not?
because it's not good for your liver, and you have to be here for your son.
I have to punish my liver because it's a dirty bitch, and it needs it wants it. It's very
No.
you don't understand my liver. It's very kinky.
Okay, well,
Mm-mm.
your liver's go. I bet you your liver will love a break.
You know, like, what's your middle name?
Mm-mm.
I have no middle name.
You don't have a middle name.
It's Goddess Kenya X.
Yeah, but I must say, as a single mom, I've never collected child support on any of my kids. I was never been an option. And the biggest fear of my ex was that I was trying to put him on child support. And to be honest, I'd rather that he was here helping me just be here. You feel me? Like picking them up from school, helping them when they're sick, because my kids suffer. They always ask me, why I don't have a dad, and then they get sad when they see a whole family together. So like they always want to say women just want money, but some of us that men flee from thinking we're trying to seek child support, we were left here alone. And if we don't go to the court system, we got to do everything by ourselves. You know, lucky for them that I'm not trying to be a part of the system in no regards.
Um,
We're trying to help them out, but like at the same time, don't leave your kids out here.
No, no, my boy wants to be up here, and they won't let him. Like they're
But you
let.
just told us, you told us he's good now because she got remarried, and that the government told you it don't make no sense for you to send money.
Right. Because you have to pay once she gets remarried.
So
Then you have
so
to, yeah.
so therefore you're not paying for your son, so you get to
Oh
keep the
no!
extra money.
Every month I'm sending. Hey, actually, it ain't even every month. It's every other week. I'm having to send her money that she fucking needs, and it ain't supporting my child. It ain't supporting my child at all.
So don't give
It's
it to them.
all about what they need for their cigarettes and weed and whatever gas. Well,
Okay, hold on, wait, because you said cigarettes and weed. Was she doing all this when you got with her?
no,
She wasn't smoking cigarettes and she wasn't smoking weed when you got with her.
she was smoking cigarettes, but that's a long time ago. She ain't smoked no weed then.
I bet you she did.
Now she's smoking. They got roaches out the ass on their front porch. And I mean, not the bad roaches, you know? And it's like, y'all crazy, man. I just said that. And you know me, Cooper. Don't even fuck up.
Well, let's talk about you feeling like you need to drink.
Pain. Pain. I have a daughter that lives 2,600 miles away. I can't see. Uh, that kicks in really hard. When it kicks in, it's right when I lay in the bed because she'll be right in the bed with me. And she go to bed. It's really hard to go to sleep or to be any kind of deep person when I wake up.
Did she pass away?
No, no, I just can't talk to her or see
Yeah,
her.
but maybe because you need to stop drinking.
I don't think you understand what it's like when your child is that far away and all
I
you.
mean, but maybe there's a reason why you're not allowed to see her, and you get yourself together, and not me judging you, but I mean I know Irish people. I'm not saying they don't have themselves together, but alcohol really becomes a problem because they can drink, um and I know it's stressful out here, but there's things you have to look and see that you need to change. It's
Well,
not the it's not the world. You got to look at it with it's you. What-
you right. You right. You know what? You right by that. You dead on. You nail in the head right there. Bam. You hit that nail right on the head. That was smooth, easy, clean. I like it. You're good.
But what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to say that if you really, and I don't know, I think you're trying to say at first that because you miss her, that's why you drink. It's hard for you.
No, it
Oh
ain't.
no.
It ain't that. It ain't that
Mo, stupid.
because I drink, but I
No.
over because of one specific thing. And I ain't said this to nobody, so I'm gonna hook you up with something that collective knowledge that it's crazy and it might reach a big. So I'd go home from work, and my little girl at the time was 2.5 years old. We were
You
coasting.
just you justified slavery.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about something serious. Uh,
Oh,
but 2.5 years old, we started co-sleeping.
you know what? I started thinking, and I'm like, you know what? Like, we really shouldn't eat meat, But I heard that the less melanated people need meat. So maybe we don't drink alcohol, but you can drink the alcohol.
I'm just saying that from old or rather, I
You breaking up? We can't hear you.
oh, you can't hear me.
You're
Yeah, you broke up.
choppy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
So
from
let's get on another subject.
got about a year of her, just my dog cuddling up on me,
I'm
and
sorry, I turned this into like a Dr. Phil moment. Let's get back on track.
y'all do that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get all in your business like that.
You're good. You got kids?
Oh yeah.
Mo, stop making me laugh.
I'm just picturing him at his computer just typing away.
So where do you
Oh
live?
gosh.
Who me?
Yeah.
I live in a bullshit ass state called Kentucky.
How about I was gonna say Tennessee or Kentucky.
I'm
Oh
from
shit.
so like you're way off on that accent thing, but yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say Tennessee or Kentucky.
nah, I'm from Georgia.
Are you from Georgia?
Yeah,
That
and
Like the
make that
slave
makes it
state.
worse.
Where in
Slave
Georgia?
state.
That makes it worse.
Milledgeville. I actually grew up in Body Project. Yeah, I grew up in a black neighborhood. I actually don't know
Was
very.
it black because you owned slaves?
Huh?
Was it a black neighborhood because you owned slaves?
Yeah, I'm sure that was totally possible in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, no, I grew up there doing that, and I probably have, like, I moved to Washington State and lived there for about 12 years, and that was the most white people I'd ever seen in my life, and it was kind of a culture shock. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm happy I'm back down here, and I like seeing black people, and I like being around them because I feel more at home, and also I identify more.
Are you willing to take the bullet for
Oh fuck! I'll
a
take it.
black person?
Throw it out.
Huh?
He said no, real quick. He didn't even have to say. He said no.
You
No,
said
I
no.
said yeah. Throw it out. What you got?
Oh,
What bullets you got?
I ain't got no bullets. I'll just in case we need some shield.
Oh, oh yeah. I ain't got a problem if I can walk in the front. I ain't got a problem. I was born on January 18th, which is so close to such a wonderful man's birthday that I
Oh,
have.
you mean the man that integrated us when we should have stayed segregated?
We shouldn't have stayed segregated.
Yeah, we should have.
Nah.
Yeah.
As a matter of
Yeah, we should
fact,
have.
there should have been a very, very, very better plan made.
It
But
was.
The
Leave
the
us
plan
alone.
was for us to stay segregated. When we were desegregated, we lost everything.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Do you
how?
know in college sports, when you talk about like football, white people were going to watch black people play football. They weren't going to go watch white people play football like that. We had more of an audience than they did.
I mean, we built our own
It's like
movie theaters, our own
black
everything.
people love so much to be accepted by people who fucking hate them. I don't understand that shit.
you'll never
Stock-
understand.
Stockholm syndrome.
You'll never. No, no, it is not Stockholm syndrome. And
Yes, it is.
some
Hey,
bullshit.
Mo want to come up, y'all.
Okay, I'll get down.
Kick
All
me.
right.
Yeah, it's fine.
And while he coming up here, I wanted to say, in what ways did we benefit when we were desegregated? Do you know what happened to us in that time of the transition? Like you said, you're comfortable with us, and you have a lot of black friends, and grew up in a black neighborhood. If you had any attachment to our community, you would know that we went through a lot of horrific things being resegregated and right back in with a with.
Honey, you have no idea of the things I know that you went through. My dad was born in 1940. I mean, for God's sakes. Like, no, like, Mo's. I shouldn't even come in this shit where Mo's around, I guess. I don't know. I am a different breed.
Hey, man. Hey, dynamic. Calm down. You all right?
I'm a breed. Like, here's
Relax,
the
man.
stuff.
Listen,
Y'all,
but relax. You
people
gotta
need.
relax, man. You can't, don't yell at her like that, though. That's crazy. You, I told you my daddy was on the south side of town and he was really in the dust and he was suffering from under the slavery. Why are you yelling like that? That's crazy, man. She just
Nobody
saying
feel
she
like that.
she throwing a she
Straight
throwing something out there and then listen, you
ignorant.
can disagree in peace. It's like when you use aggression, it's almost like you trying to listen, hold on, let me tell you this right quick. There's a reason. I don't know if you noticed, but if you get into certain lives, you see us on this live, my live, Buck's live, anybody else's live who speak sort of kind of close to what how we speak. When black women get up there, we speak to them with a certain type of respect because they've been yelled at enough. They've been traumatized enough. So you gotta we know you can win a debate. If you get loud as a male with a certain type of voice, you got bass, you got attitude, you got aggression. They already know we tough. They know we smash shit up and pick up rocks and hit stuff with it. You can go back to the caveman days. Everybody know the male will fuck you up. But when we having a conversation, if she brings up something and you disagree with it, try to break it down logically. You don't have to get loud and aggressive with it. You get what I'm saying? You sound like you growling.
All right. Well, let me say what
GMS.
I say. My thing
No,
is,
go ahead. Go ahead.
my thing is that the way I was raised, that there has to be, and with you, it's with you, and that's what I did. I don't know if that makes a difference to people. Maybe because the fact that I'm white and I have a southern accent, that people think that I'm racist. But that's unfortunate. I can't help that.
Hey, dynamic. We don't know who's racist.
I know.
That's the no. Hold on, wait. That's one of the problems that we have to deal with. Most people think like you just keep on judging me. You just think I'm racist. And the biggest problem with this is that we don't know which one of y'all is racist. We have no clue. You think? Hold on, wait. Hold on. Let's run through this real quick. You think people came to the coastlines of Africa and said, "Hey, I'm racist. Get on my boat." Like,
You don't know who did that. I get it.
no. Hold up. You obviously came with some slick shit. You can't just run up on people and just tell them who you are. That has never been the case. You can't trick someone and set them up and pull them for a okey doke
Let me
without
ask you a
tricking them.
question.
So
Let
hold
me
on.
ask
It's
you a
not about it's
question.
not about what
No,
people
don't
think.
tell me hold on. Listen.
Hold up.
Check
But I
this out.
just did. I just did. You got to hold your horses. Listen, when I told you earlier to record the conversation that you having with those people, you thought I was telling you to do it. Why did you think I was telling you to actually record the conversation?
Because
I'm exposing that you're not really having the conversation. So I tricked you. So nobody, even me, the person, Even me, the person that's complaining about what's happening to my
Man, it
people,
sleeps
I'm
alone.
tricking you back. I know you're not having a conversation with those people. I'm
Are you
He gonna
exposing
come
that
are
back
you're
you
not
because
having a
oh,
like
thank you for
conversation.
delivering my paper.
are
So
you
I'm
like
tricking you.
are you missing something, Mo? You're missing something. You're missing something.
Well, teach me. Teach me something.
All right. So when you were asking me to record something, you're like, do you ever sit back and talk with your people and do this? It's like, okay, I do. I talk to my wife a lot, multiple times a week. Do I talk to people at work? Motherfucker, I'm in Kentucky. Deal with that. Next,
Hey, hey,
you say
dynamic,
you don't
dynamic. You forgot
know.
who I am. Hey, dynamic. You forgot who I am.
I ain't
You
forget.
forgot who I was. You just forgot for a second. I
I
don't know if it's the
I
Bud
can
Light. I don't know
talk
if it's the Bud
to
Light
people
or
in
if it's
and
the
Roll
whiskey.
your window up if you want
But
to,
you
Monty.
forgot.
I won't have a
Dynamic. Dynamic. You forgot who I am. I was on the live last year. You were on my live when we were talking about racism, and your wife didn't agree with you. You had to tell her to shut up. Did you forget?
no.
You
I
forgot,
know.
didn't you? Oh, you forgot, didn't you?
No,
You
I
forgot.
know. I know I did it.
Huh? What you say?
I know I did it.
Yeah, you did. You have to calm. You had to calm her down. So why would you? Why would you tell me? And I'm helping you out. I said I'm assuming that you forgot who I was because I already
Yeah,
heard you have to calm
I
your wife
can't hear
down
you,
because what she was saying was sounding racist. So you
But
had to tell her, "Hey, wait, be quiet.
but
Let me get this. Let me get this. Calm
sort
down,
of.
baby. Calm down. Remember, you had to calm her down because it was sounding racist when that black woman
Because you
was
got the
up there
music
teaching
up and
her
you
about
talk
how
low.
black women fought for white women to be free, but the black women were still in slavery.
that wasn't
You
the
had to
con-
calm her down and say, "Hey, don't say that."
that
So
wasn't
how
that
can
wasn't
you have
the
how
con-
can you have a
actually.
conversation?
I
Hold on, wait, dynamic. How can you have a conversation with your wife about what I'm talking about if she already disagrees with me? You said you agree
you're
with me.
wrong. You're wrong. It's the wrong.
She agreed. Wait, hold up. She agreed with that black woman that day when she said that
What
white
the
women got their freedom from black women fighting for them. She agreed with that, or did she disagree?
we wasn't in that conversation.
Huh?
We was not in a conversation about how white women got freedom.
Oh, so you're gonna lie?
Oh, oh well. I mean, if you got something that says that we were in a conversation about black women saying white women got freedom from them fighting.
The one by the house.
How? Well,
I mean, let me know what
no. So
what
no. I'm
what
asking you a question. Hold on. I'm asking you a question. There's no problem with you disagreeing. I want to make sure you understand the question because I'm
That's
going to prove it
fine.
to you. We can prove it to you. You saying that your wife agreed. She didn't disagree with the black lady that was on my live that told her that black women fought for her freedom. That's what you saying. You said she agreed with it or she disagreed. Which one?
she agreed.
You was a fool. I don't know why you just did that. Because she has it posted on her page. It's posted on her page. Hey, look, listen, I'm gonna tell you what happened, right? He had his camera on. He's telling her to stop, and she's saying, "I'm about to go to sleep because this is crazy." Your wife was about to go to sleep. I'm about to run you through the whole story. She said, "I'm just gonna go to sleep," and she came back. She came back because she could not take what the black lady was saying about black women fighting for her freedom. And she agreed that she was just going to go to bed and let you finish the conversation. And you said that too. You were in agreement with us. But guess what the black lady was saying? This is so ironic. The black lady was saying that if she did not record this, that you would come back later and vouch for her. And that's why we couldn't trust you. That's the craziest shit about it. She exposed you in the future. She said that y'all sitting here. She said, "Look, she's coming at me now." Dynamic, you can sit to the side. This is a black woman that's coming at me, saying, "This is why you don't let these people on this platform, because he's fooling you. He's trying to make it seem like he's disagreeing with his wife, but it's a whole act. He's actually going to help her out in the end. He's just doing it so that he can stay on your live and keep talking."
You
Where
see,
the hell was I when this
I talk.
happened?
That is the wildest shit.
Can I talk? Can I talk?
Go ahead. You just
Possible
gonna
for me to say something. All right, check it out. Here's how it goes. The night that we had a disagreement, or my wife didn't agree with a black woman, had nothing to do with her talking about how black women fought for that. As a matter
okay.
of
So what
fact,
was it? What was it?
it had a lot to do with how people treat people. That was what every time my wife gets mad, it's about how people treat people.
No, that wasn't never the discussion.
And
The
oh
discuss.
no,
Why would we be? Hold on.
about how
No. Because you being slick.
no no no
What did
no
the
no
black?
no
No.
no wait
Hold on. Hold on.
no
What
don't
did she
hold
say?
on.
Hold on. No.
Okay, got
What
more
did
followers.
what did she say? If the discussion was about people mistreating other people, then what was the black lady talking about? Because when do black people mistreat other people? What was she disagreeing with?
She
We were
was
talking. We were talking about people fighting for other
that
people's rights. What was she saying that she disagreed with? Just tell me it flat out. What did she
that
disagree with?
that me and people like her do not mistreat people. And she didn't even. It wasn't even
That wasn't the discussion.
that. It was. It was
We
more
don't
like
know you though. That wasn't the topic. When I started the live, I was saying that racism is a
that was
hoax.
why.
Hold on. What
And
was
we
it? Racism is
for
what?
later after you
It's
started it,
racism is
you
a
were on
hoax, right?
another topic and another
Hold
topic
on.
in. And like
Racist.
you know how this goes.
He's
Are
cutting out.
you like missing things? You're misconstruing things and trying to make it some.
Bro,
Listen,
you got to get to a better connection because I don't understand what you're saying.
I got you a better connection.
Am I cutting out or is he cutting out? Because I couldn't
No,
hear.
it's him. He's
No,
cutting out.
it's him. He's cutting out.
No, it's not. It's not him
No,
at
they can
all.
hear me.
He's
Move.
cutting.
Just
He's cutting you, but he's not cutting out.
yeah, just move a little bit, dynamic, so we can hear you and start over.
Move in a little bit. We here?
Go closer to your router.
Man, fuck that router, dude.
He said, "Well, that's the problem." He said, "Fuck the router." Well,
Nah, I
turn your
pay
watch.
money
If you
for
don't, go ahead. Just start over from what you were saying. What the topic was on my
the
live.
topic that night had demonstrated so much. And when you went, uh, you like dipped out, and this chick started talking. My old lady lost her shit on her. And she was talking about child care and everything else. Like, it was crazy, man. Like,
No,
you don't even
dynamic,
understand.
man. You gonna try to play me for a fool. I walk
I ain't
around with an
playing you
earpiece.
for a fool.
No. No, stop, dynamic. I have an earpiece on. So when I walk away from the camera, I can still hear you. I can hear you. I
So you
heard the whole
hear
conversation. She
what
was
they
saying,
argue
listen,
about?
hold on, no, I'm gonna say what she said, and then I'm gonna tag her in this video, right? Because this
Do
shit is recorded. So I'm gonna tag her in it, and then she's gonna be able to match it up. What she said, what she was arguing with, right? This was no beef. This wasn't about people treating other people wrong.
wasn't
This was
about black
about
women.
no, dynamic,
Women,
stop. This was about
right?
stop, dynamic. This was about returning a favor. This was about a black woman whose mother taught her about her history. where it showed her
Bullshit.
that
Bullshit.
black women have fought for white women's freedom from their husbands. She wasn't even talking about slavery. She was just saying how we
Yes,
assisted.
what?
She said, as a
What?
black woman, I
Yeah,
assisted
we
you
can.
That's great.
from getting
That
abused by
totally
It's
from
only like
happened.
getting.
3 cars.
There's no
You're
issue
not
with
you're not
that.
even
My
listening.
wife wouldn't have done
But that
that.
goes to show you that you don't care what I'm saying because you're not even listening. But go
No,
ahead.
I didn't say
I'm
that.
listening
No, you're not because you're talking while I'm talking.
because there's no way that my wife would say anything like that. There's no way.
It's the chicken.
There's no fucking way, man. There's no way. And I, I swear to God, that woman attacked her and
I want
attacked
the
her on her own
pancakes with the
fucking page.
sausage and the chicken breakfast
She
sandwich.
told you, this is what she told you,
Pancake
right?
hotcakes with sausage.
She was trying to tell, or your wife, she was trying to tell your wife, she was like,
I said a chicken
she said,
sandwich.
black women fought for
Breakfast.
your freedom.
Chicken
But what you
breakfast
don't know,
sandwich.
if
They ain't
we
got it no
didn't
more?
fight for your freedom, you would still be treated the same way. So don't be fooled by this man. Because even while you're sitting here disagreeing with me about what I fought for your freedom, he's later going to deny that I even brought this up.
Let's get another, just an order of hotcakes.
No, you see,
Anything else?
That's the point.
Yeah,
You're
the
sitting here
sausage
denying the
McMuffin.
whole conversation, talking about somebody treating somebody wrong. It's
no,
about
but
returning a favor. So when you get your freedom, right? Let's say a black man fought for your freedom, and you got your freedom, and then you just walk away like you don't owe me a favor. That's all she was saying. She's like, shouldn't you return the favor and at least have these conversations with your people? Don't come into our area and try to debate with us about what we're going through. She was just saying to return the favor for when I fought for you to get your freedom when your husbands were abusing you. Just talk to
uh,
your people about
yeah,
what's going
remember
on with the black community.
I remember that. That was when she got harassed and got a bunch of black folks like sending her private messages talking to her. Yeah, I remember that. I
Yeah,
remember that.
but that did happen. That's repercussion. But on the conversation that we had, they
Repercussions
weren't.
is
No,
disrespect.
because she
And
disagreed with
disrespect
it.
is disrespect. But
She disagreed with it, and we can't help the other people who are reacting. But when we were on the platform having a conversation, it was
yeah,
respectful. She
you
gave
can.
her references, she gave her sources, she proved her point, and your wife still kept denying it.
My wife
She
felt
didn't
like
agree.
because she didn't grow up around black people, man.
It's the point that the reason why the white woman is respected by her husbands is because we fought for it. She didn't fight herself.
I'm
You telling
I
me the white woman stopped
was
her husband from
respected by
abusing
other
her by
people
herself?
because
She did
other
it on her own.
fuck that.
Because this
No,
is what happened
She did
when
not do that by
when
you're
white
herself.
when the
She was
white
getting
when
hurt.
white
respected.
listen
All
listen
of
listen
y'all's
listen,
life respected because other people fought. Like hell no.
huh?
Y'all are wrong on all of this. I know women way older than y'all that were in the bra burnings. And I
Okay,
know
look,
I know
listen.
people
They
that
went.
fought.
Listen,
My
white
dad
women went to
fought
Frederick
for
Douglass to help them with their
Dynamic. Let the host speak.
campaign.
That's the host
White
now.
women went to Frederick Douglass to help them with their campaign. Do you not know this? They wanted him to
one.
help white women with their push to be respected from their husband to get voting rights.
Now,
And
oh
then
yeah,
one lady,
Frederick did a lot
listen, I
for
forget
voting.
her name. I forget the white woman's name, but she said we need more members, so we need to include black women into it, even though I don't agree with them helping us, but we need to get our numbers up. It's in her letter. It is in her letter.
What
No,
push
hold up. No, no,
voting?
no, no, no. Hey, yo, dynamic. Just go look up Frederick Douglass, right? And look up
I
everything he did.
don't know about it.
No,
I'm
go look
good.
up. Okay, so if you know about it, then you know that he was one of the people that ushered in all of those black women. Who else could rally them together? He rallied. Who was fighting for him?
Was it did so Frederick Douglass was in the women's right movement and did all that?
See, this is what I'm talking about.
He
It's
doesn't get
funny to
it.
you because you don't know history.
He
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 doesn't
networked
even
the
get
whole
it.
You
thing.
don't know. You don't. This is what the lady was trying to tell you. This is what Fern was trying to tell you when it comes to us. You don't know our struggle, and then you tried to tell her you do know the struggle because you grew up around black people, and now you're laughing because we're telling you about our history, because you don't understand that part of the history because you didn't learn it.
No, no, I learned it. As a matter of fact,
Then why are you laughing like it didn't happen? And you just said, oh,
it
you said
ain't
me.
that.
You
It
said
ain't
you
that.
said
It
listen,
it ain't
listen.
that.
You
It's just
said
you're
you said
acting.
most wrong. You said foreign's wrong, and I'm wrong. And we're teaching you about our history.
Oh, teach me about your history. That's fine. But I'm telling you
But you
that
just said we're wrong.
yeah. I mean, Frederick Douglass died a long ass time before the women's right movement.
Again, we're talking about the history of what this man did and who went to him for help. I don't care when the man died. This is stuff that you can look up yourself. We know this history, and she tried to tell you that you don't know our struggle. And you tried to fight with her, and you got
She
you. This
did.
is when you got
I didn't
loud,
try to
and Mo
fight
had to
with
come.
her
Mo
about
had to
nothing.
come in here and tell you to calm down.
Who were you being funny? I didn't fight with her about nothing. I didn't fight
You
with her
got
about it.
loud. You got loud with her, and Mo had to come in, and he had to calm you down.
Nah, man,
You can't
honestly,
say, listen. You can't
Listen,
say
hold
you
on. No,
know
no, no,
our
no, no, no. Hey,
struggle just
look. Wait,
because
wait,
you.
wait. Suitin,
who
look.
knows?
Suitin. While he laughing, right? So as you get these people fighting, if you just go look up Frederick Douglass and like Susan B. Anthony or whatever
I
the I
wouldn't
think
look.
it's Susan B. Anthony and somebody else. It's
I
two
wouldn't look
people
up.
that's actually involved, right?
That's a lie.
You call it a lie all you want to. Just look it up and read it. If you start reading it, just look up women's rights, Frederick Douglass, Susan B. Anthony, and it's going to be another woman's name. I just can't remember her name. But if you look it up, read it on this live and expose me, and then record the video and shut me down. I'm not bull. I don't come with no bullshit.
No,
So
I
what
said you
happened was
was.
no. Hold on, no.
Don't want to
Stop,
be
because you're
with
not going to
bullshit.
distract me. Stop. You're not distracting. Just look it up, and if I'm lying, expose me. Make a
Man,
video or
I
record
guess
this live and
what you
expose
got
me.
out of this?
Listen to what I'm saying. You're trying to stop the knowledge. If I'm lying, use this to promote your channel and expose more facts. If you expose more facts, you gonna blow up
I don't
because
have.
nobody can prove me wrong. So just if you'll be the first one. So listen, after people fought for white women's rights, right? And they made their way and they got to freedom, the white women who helped move this movement, they stopped supporting Frederick Douglass after that. They cut all ties with him. They got their freedom and they walked away and said, fuck you. They were
I
supposed
don't
to
know.
bring everybody along. So listen, if you find out I'm lying, then expose me. But I'm telling you, this is what happened.
Hey man, if Frederick Douglass is responsible for the shit that happened at Berkeley in the what 60s, uh, then fuck yeah, man, hell yeah. If
The
Frederick
'60s. He
Douglass,
was. You said in the '60s. Frederick Douglass
No,
didn't live to the '60s. What are you talking
Frederick
about?
Douglass didn't live in the 1900s, like
that's not what we're talking about. Why are we in the 90s? Why are we in the 1900s? We're in the late 1800s. This is white
with
women's rights. No, white women already got their rights in the 1900s. So that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about
no,
the
no,
late
we're talking about
the late
women,
1800s. So
women,
listen,
women,
no,
black, black
the black
folks,
women are
the damn
no,
poor
no,
part of that sucks.
the black women are kicked out of that situation. They're
God.
not involved
And
in it
you
at
know
that
what?
point.
That sucks. And I hate it. I really do. But it ain't my fucking fault.
I
And
didn't
you
say it
can
was
make
your
it
Mo,
my
fault.
fault
Mo,
all
look
you
at the
want.
chat. Mo, look at the chat.
We-
It's fine.
Hey, foreign.
yes.
You see what
No.
I'm saying?
Yeah, of
If somebody
course.
want to come
You
shoot
know what I'm
me,
saying? You get what
that's
I'm saying?
fine.
It's
Like,
about you gotta do the knowledge, but then you gotta set up other things on the other side just in case. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
So it don't matter.
fucked up though. Fucked up, Mo. Fucked up, Mo. You wrong.
It's heavy.
Wrong. Because
He
they're good people
he
in this
gonna
world,
he gonna get them from the
and
roof.
you act like they ain't good people. And that's
No, I didn't say
wrong.
nothing about good. I didn't use the word good or bad. I just said that they left them out. If I help you out, scratch my back, I scratch your back. That was the deal. Like, look, I'm gonna help you out. Help me out. They just said we are not doing any more business with these people. They shut down the whole foundation that
Dang, that's
they
good
built to help those women
people.
get free. They shut it down. They already got what they wanted. Think about it. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen. If your foundation helped women get freedom, more freedom than they had before, they already have more freedom than other people because they're not slaves. But they just didn't have enough freedom, and they were done wrong. But to a slave woman that's black, that's she's a slave. She's different in the legal code. In the legal code, the black woman is supposed to be treated that way. But the black woman is looking at her and fighting for her. And the exchange is supposed to happen. If I help you get free, why would you shut down the foundation that I helped you build up and not help me get out? I helped you fight.
What the
They cut all ties with the black women who were stepping up against this abuse.
how does that have to do with society today, and how does that have to deal with the shit that all of us as men and women every
Do
day?
you know why? Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you know why they perform surgeries and uh, not worry about the pain levels of a black woman? Do you know why that happens? Still
They
to this
wasn't
day.
give them anesthesia.
Yeah, but why does this happen? Now we talking. You're right, Susan. But I'm asking him, does he know why they didn't give out the anesthesia and they just perform that
No, he
surgery with
doesn't
nothing?
because he doesn't know our
But I
history.
want to see. I want to see if he knows, since he's saying that they didn't cut off all ties and just let the black women suffer. What happened? What's the reason?
I right prior, I think it's circa 1960.
Hmm.
Mm.
People went through those things and did not get that done, and it's horrific. And it's not. It's something I like. It's not something I
But you're not answering the question, so I'm gonna answer it for you. They did that because they felt that the black females had a more pain tolerance and they
Tougher,
could handle it.
tougher skin is what they said.
They
I
made it
Oh, my
up.
nephew.
I
They made it up.
Hi, nephew.
Hold on, dynamic. Dynamic. They made it up that this woman who has dark skin, she can take more pain than other people. The same thing they did with kids, with beating children, black children. They said that the black children can take more pain. So they beat them worse than they beat anybody else. Everybody get their ass whooped. Spank them, pop, 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 do your homework. Pop, pop, pop. I said go to
what the
sleep. But
fuck?
they beat the shit out of black kids. You know why? Because they can take more pain. But they made this up. It's just made up. It doesn't
Uh,
exist.
you want me to tell you a story? You want a story? I'll tell you.
Calm down. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're doing that shit again. You're doing that shit again. My daughter right here. My
I,
daughter. I'm sorry, baby.
I,
That's just
Oh,
he
you got
tripping.
no,
That's
you
just
got the little one
the
with you,
cave.
Mo?
The cave. Yeah, my bad, y'all. The caveman.
really,
He came out. He came out the cave.
really.
He came out the cave and he found a phone. He found a phone. I don't know how he found the phone, but he came out the cave. He found the phone and he's just out here yelling. I'm sorry, baby. Go ahead. Go get your toy.
Mo stupid.
I
Go
got
ahead, dynamic. Dynamic. Go ahead. You good? She
there,
going.
there's a beautiful little dog. That's a thing. I don't know how to deal with it. I work through it, deal with it, work my way through it, and
Yeah. Y'all got that?
I
Y'all got that?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
All right. Go
y'all
ahead.
dogs, and so you give it time, you work through it, figure it out, and it really loves to chew on your shoes. What do you do?
You said. You said what about the dog? The beautiful dog? What you say?
It really wants to chew on your shoes,
We can just
your little shoes, you know,
we can take
the
her.
things you put on your feet.
What happened?
The
Oh,
people
yeah,
I
who
two car drove off.
yeah.
She was
So you're selling
chewing
the
the
dog.
what
shoes.
Just take
what
it
do
off
you do with it? What do you do with a dog that chews on your shoes all?
because it's either
Like
that
you
or
tell me,
waste.
I'm
Or the
learning.
shoe go to waste.
I don't know what to do with a dog that chews on shoes, man. I'm asking. Fuck, you're so smart. Shit, help me out.
I don't know about smart. I just saw what happened. You know, people documented what happened, and I read about it. I don't know if that makes me smart.
Help me
That's
with
just,
the dog in the shoes, man. My old lady's gonna kill
you
me.
know what's smart. You know what's smart. Let me tell you what's smart, right?
Not getting a dog.
I'm gonna tell you what's smart, right? Smart is this is what's smart. I'm gonna tell you what's really smart.
Not getting.
Smart is walking around the earth acting like you godly, and you know a whole bunch of other people believe in this God, right? So you keep on going along with this whole narrative, so you can trick people to be afraid of a God that don't even exist.
Who has what?
That's what's smart.
Those in front of me. They bounce.
That's super smart. You can get all your sins wiped away if you can
Shit,
get
that was
these
right
people
by
to
the
believe
window.
in
It
the
didn't make no
same God
sense
you
for me to
believe
leave.
in. Because there's no sin greater than another.
Did you know? Did you know
That's genius.
that I
Wipe,
don't?
wiped your sins away, did you?
I don't actually.
Did are you offending?
Not. I'm just saying that
I hear you a little bit. Move around a little bit. Move around a little bit.
my
Get to
break.
your hot spot.
There's not a freeway. As a matter of fact, there's a fucking expressway that moves everybody towards the right way they need to go.
Mhm.
But they have to make the choice to do it. If they don't make the choice, that's okay. They can still get there. The thing is, it's just next to the way. Sometimes they miss the exit. They can catch an exit. Okay?
Okay.
It's not a big deal. It's not. Uh, at this point, God has given up, and He's like, we're just gonna go with this forgiveness thing. And then all of us are sitting here like, is this actually real? Because it doesn't seem real. This seems like a bad deal. Like we're buying a car that has a problem. Like, I mean, it's got sugar in the gas tank kind of thing. Like you're like, no, this is
Are you
bull.
comparing gas prices to slavery?
Right? He
Well,
said, all will be forgiven.
He will not forgive gas prices. I promise you that. God will never ever.
What? He
God,
won't
God
he
forgive
will
won't
gas
not.
forgive
prices.
gas prices,
What
but
the fuck
he
are
gonna
you
forgive.
Damn.
doing?
He's gonna forgive the people that put us into slavery. I got it.
Yeah, actually, God's gonna forgive everybody.
Hey, hey, dynamic. It sound like you got Tourette's. What the fuck is that shit you doing? It's just, motherfucker, I told you, motherfucker. What do you keep doing? What is that? Scaring the shit out of me.
Southern euphemism.
God damn it, motherfucker! I told you.
The God of the Bible sounds like he prejudiced.
I bet I am prejudiced. You know what? I probably am prejudiced. I probably prejudiced a bunch of rich white fuckers, and I really hate
He's
white.
prejudiced, he's biased, and he has a lot of favoritism toward a certain group of people.
Oh,
Hey,
where
hey,
my
dynamic,
favoritism
dynamic,
follow.
dynamic, dynamic. You ain't gotta hate nobody to tell the truth. You know that, right?
My
That's
truth is
That's
that I
poetry. I don't hate
really
nobody. Remember what
like.
you said? Hey, look, dynamic. Remember what you said earlier? You said, and you know, shit. I was on my skateboard and shit. I like black people. I don't know what the fuck you meant by that, right? But that's a weird sentence to any black person because we don't ever go,
Right?
you know, we don't ever go. I like white people. Like we never dislike anybody. Why do you even have to say that? I like black people. Why would you? Why does that sentence even exist? Why do you have to say that you like black people? That shit sounds weird.
Monty, throw this in the trash so I can throw it.
All
I like,
about
and
you
I like
talking,
black people.
I can explain it
Throw it in the
100%.
trash.
After
Good.
that,
I'm good now. You good? That's
I'm
what
gonna have
He
to.
gonna jump off the cliff. Go ahead, try to explain it.
I ain't
Explain to
gonna
us
try.
why do you like black people? Dynamic.
I
Why
like
you like
ice cream.
why you like black people?
Ladies and gentlemen, that's
Because I can't explain to you why I like white people. Because I never disliked them. I don't. There's just people in the
you
world, and that's
don't
it.
like white.
Why do you have to like? I don't get how you like or dislike a people. That's weird. Like I don't listen. Look, I don't like one of my cousins in my family, right? But that's the person they are. How do you not like a
I like ice
whole
cream.
So you
group of
talk
people or like a whole group of people?
that
That
ain't
doesn't even make
talk.
sense. It don't. It sounds suspect because it would be.
Done.
It would be. It would.
Damn.
It would be dumb to think that we believe that you like all black people, so it don't sound right. Because we don't even like all black people. So why are you even saying that?
All right. Well, you let me know when you're done, and I'll talk. We'll
Go
go.
ahead. That was the question.
You done?
Did you hear the question?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right.
Callie Hall.
Reason I said that was that I generalize all people as black my whole life.
Huh?
Black to you might mean your color, your skin, or anything. But when I say black, I mean by what people think of black. I generalize people as people.
Uh-huh.
Never knew a color, put a name to it, or anything my
Okay.
whole fucking life
So can
up
you give us
until
an
about
example? Okay. Hey, that's cool.
7 years.
Give us what whoop. Give us an example of what you mean by black people.
Hey,
Right.
I'm out of sugar. You
It
got
was
cup
sweet.
that?
It
You
was
got
sweet
cup
though.
that?
You gotta knock on your neighbor's door. They might have some. They bake cakes over there.
And then they come back. Now I ain't talking about black people. I'm talking about just people. And and they come back and they're like, yeah, we got sugar. Here you go. My mama sent me over, and then I had to walk a couple doors down. Got flour, and they brought flour down. And then they come to our door knocking, and I had to run the sugar down, had to run the flour down, and I didn't have no problems with it. I didn't. There's no difference in our color. There's no difference in our thing, and I never saw a problem between white people and black people in that circumstance or in my life. And I moved to Washington, and then it's like I've never seen this many white people in my life. And there's no actual black people there. No, they're all Haitians and Africans and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
guarantee
crazy. You see,
you
that's
would
super.
get
You know,
along
that's
with
it's
them.
funny you say that. It's funny you say that, right? Because those Haitians, right, which I am, I'm Haitian, right, and those Africans, which I am, right. You just said that there were no black people, but those Haitians and Africans are black people because I'm black and I'm also Haitian and African. But you know why you don't know that I'm Haitian and African? Because you don't know that Haitian is African, and you don't know that black is African. You see how it works? While
Oh,
we're
I
in the,
know
see, look,
all that. You
no.
don't
But while we're in the middle,
understand
listen.
the
You said you moved to
respect
Washington,
to each
and
people
you
from
you
people.
you moved to Washington, and you didn't see no black people, but you saw Haitians and Africans.
Rare, rare,
What the
very
fuck are you
rare.
talking about?
That's all you saw. That was all you saw.
How
And
did
I
your
was
brain
like,
do that?
I can't live here. I can't I can't do this. Like I can't be around just white people because white
JJ,
people
you
suck.
suck. Dad.
They suck. White people suck. That's where I was at. I was like, no,
Jeff.
I can't do this.
But
Fuck
you
white.
don't want to start this. You don't want to start this whole racist thing all over again.
JJ failed.
Don't start it all over.
Mm-mm.
Don't start the racist thing all over. You don't want to hate on yourself. We've already
I
been
ain't,
there with hate.
I
We've
ain't,
already
I
been
ain't.
through hating on ourselves,
I
right?
grew up so deep
But
in
what I'm saying is how you
fucking
could solve
culture.
the
You have
problem.
no
How you
idea
could
who the fuck I
no.
am. And
I'm saying
you're like
how you
treating me like
dynamic.
white supremacist, Christian Baptist, Southern Baptist, that. And it's like, no, that's not what I
He
am.
probably can't hear me.
I'm an open minded Christian that has no color identity when he looks at people. Like, you're like, you treat me like I'm something I'm not, and I'm not that.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you because I don't know you. I'm acknowledging what was documented in history. And what I'm saying off of what you told me, unless you're lying, is that you saw
Hey,
Africans and
hey,
Haitians.
hey, man.
Hold on. You saw Africans and Haitians, but you didn't acknowledge that they were black.
Hold
And
on.
all I'm telling you is to acknowledge that those people are black. And then you'll be straight. You won't be confused.
Hey, Haitians
And
are
don't
black.
be,
I know
and
that.
don't,
I said
and
that. I
you
said
said
it.
you said you didn't see any black people. You just seen Haitians and Africans.
That's oh my God. Like, you're
They're the same
really
people.
like getting hung up on small things.
Haitians
And
are Africans.
at that point, it's like we're losing the line because
Hey, what happened? Hey, dynamic. Let me ask you this. Hold on, because I got something to do. Right? What happened when people start making it popular to call a woman a bitch? What happened? What happened?
I got,
You hear
I,
me?
no, I just got really, I don't know.
You don't know what happened? Well, if I
I
say,
really,
if I
I,
walked up to hold on, dynamic. If I walked up to you and I said, "Yo, man, this bitch tripping, bro," who would you think I'm talking about?
I'd ask you who the fuck you talking about, and
Okay, but come on now. Come on. Take a guess at who I'm talking to. I walk up to you. I say, yo, man, this bitch tripping. Do you think I'm talking about a male or a female?
I don't give a fuck who you talking about. Who the fuck you
All
talking
right, he
about?
gonna play stupid.